Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I am Talon Williams.
And I'm Roger Sierra. And
Uh,
today we're going to do something a little bit different. Let me pause this music in my background. I can't even hear myself. No, today we're going to do things a little different. Usually we do our weekend reviews, Reddit story weekend reviews, then anime review, and then we do closing. But since it is technically WrestleMania season, we're going to do our predictions instead of our anime review. We all did catch up and everything like that. We're going to leave that for next week. Possibly, because we also have to do our post WrestleMania reaction / star giving or letter giving, whatever we want to do for that.
I'll send that into you guys next week.
This is
the new star ranking.
This is the Movement Radio star ratings, not the Meltzer star ratings.
Yeah.
These are more accurate.
Exactly.
Even though we had to agree with Meltzer earlier this week on a tweet, which hurt all of our spirits.
You want to quickly divulge that information to people that probably don't know?
So I posted something in the group chat that somebody had sent me actually, and it was a tweet by Cage Match. Is it .com or
cagematch.net? Cagematch.net. Yeah.
And it was all the wrestlers that they have ranked lower than Eddie Kingston. And I'm trying to scroll. I found a list. So Cage Match has Eddie Kingston over Brock Lesnar, Bruiser Brody, Tully Blanchard, Randy Orton, Kane, Austin Idol, Drew McIntyre, Diamond Dallas Page, Bobby Eaton, John Cena, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Jerry Lawler, Sabu, Cody Rhodes, Ernie Ladd, Paul Orndorff, Rick Martel, Stan Lane.
Stan Lane.
I was like, that doesn't make Stan Lane, Kevin Von Erich, Dusty Rhodes, Ole Anderson, and Barry Windham. So half of the Four Horsemen, Randy Orton and John Cena. I mean,
McIntyre.
I can see maybe Sheamus and Sabu, Rick Martel. But overall, this crazy list of just stupidity.
Out of all the names, though, the one name that disgusted you the most was when they said Bobby Eaton.
Yeah, people don't understand the what Bobby Eaton is to wrestling.
Yeah,
he's probably If you would give me like a list of the most underrated, underappreciated guys in wrestling, Bobby Eaton's definitely close to, if not on the top of that list, And I think probably people look at it because he's only known for his stint or most people probably only know him for his stint with Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express. But even after his Midnight Express run was over, he still had good matches with, in WCW right before he, left there, so. That one doesn't make sense. But yeah, Bobby Eaton's definitely underrated and definitely underappreciated in wrestling today, and it sucks.
Well, Bobby Eaton sort of revolutionized heel managers from what they used to be.
Yeah.
Because he really just did make them a personality to really draw heat in a way that pretty much everybody does now. Like everybody after him has done it pretty much. Cornette and Paulie Dangerous both say that Bobby Eaton was the one that, sort of made them who they were.
Yeah.
So,
I was watching some list on YouTube the other day, and it said that Bobby Eaton was the greatest tag team wrestler of all time. Him, I think the top three, I believe it was him, Kofi Kingston, and Billy Gunn, I think were the top three on that as far as like the greatest like individuals involved with tag teams. They're the three best of the best. So, which I kind of see that. I kind of see that, especially with Kofi because he's won tag team titles with like CM Punk, R-Truth,
six different teams.
Yeah,
they all were like their own thing that worked really well.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, most of his teams were just makeshift tag teams of guys just being thrown together. Like him and CM Punk were just thrown together just to get people over, and then they end up winning the tag titles.
But they were
real
ECW
life
guys together.
Yeah. Well, they're real life friends. Yeah, so that makes sense for them to do that. But then,
Air Boom worked because he
worked.
He was able to be the physical guy, while Evan Bourne was actually the high flyer guy.
Yeah, it is.
Him and R-Truth was actually really good. Two super athletic freaks of nature is right there.
Right.
Yes.
And of course, it's run with the New Day with Xavier Woods and Big E, obviously.
Yeah. Who's the other one?
Oh, let's see.
Yeah,
it's six teams, I'm pretty sure. Him and Evan Bourne, him and Punk, him and Truth, New Day. So who's the other two? I know I should know this.
Oh, let's see.
they go down to his
Boy.
Evan Bourne once, R-Truth once, Big E and Xavier Woods twice as part of the New Day, and then
Mhm.
Xavier Woods twice, which I don't know why they're counting that differently. I don't understand why they're
Yeah.
counting that differently.
Evan Bourne, R-Truth, Big E, Xavier Woods. That was Raw Tag Team Champions. SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Big E and Xavier Woods. CM Punk, NXT Tag Team Champion with Xavier Woods.
Oh yeah,
That's
I guess
it.
Pretty Deadly.
That's it.
Oh, so they separated the New Day into two. So yeah, I guess technically
Yeah.
that makes six.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah,
All
boo.
right. But we're gonna go away from that. Move over to the Reddit story of the week. So last week we talked about my love for cringe, and I decided to go out and find me some cringe story.
Oh.
Oh man, here we go. I'm ready.
Uh,
Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, this one is from a few years ago. This is from the TIFU subreddit, which is Today I Effed Up. So this one is Today I Effed Up by complimenting a girl's skirt. All
Okay.
right,
Okay.
So happened a couple weeks ago, even though it was 4 years ago, so we'll skip that. I was at a party and saw a girl across the room. She was wearing a skirt, holding a drink in one hand and had the other hand in her pocket. I saw her skirt, thought to myself, how cool it is that skirts, how cool that's, oh wow, his typing is bad, he might be drunk. Thought to myself, how cool that skirt is having pockets. A lot of women I know complain about having no pockets, so this is a very progressive thing. And it's true, a lot of women's clothes don't have pockets to make you buy purses instead that way.
Yes.
It's not even a conspiracy, it's actually been proven.
Mhm.
A bit later, yeah. Hey, you gotta make women buy stuff all the time. I mean, that's what they advertise to the most.
Exactly. Well, 80% of the marketplace is geared toward women.
Yep. So a bit later, I got around to talking to her. I complimented her skirt and how pockets in a skirt is a great thing. And she looked very confused and said, my skirt doesn't have pockets. Why would you think that? I mentioned that I had seen her earlier with her hand in her pocket. Her face went bright red and revealed that her hand was amputated.
Oh.
What?
Bro.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, I bet he felt like an asshole.
Love the cringe. I love the cringe. I feel it in my soul.
Let the dude. Let
I
the
feel it in my
cringe
soul.
wash over you.
I feel it in my soul. Love it.
Oh my god.
I bet he turned beet red and it was like super embarrassed and felt like a huge asshole after that.
Funny story, okay? Go in there with mama. Shut the door, okay? I gotta go record. I love you. I love you back.
Oh,
Go.
man. I know I would. I would feel like a huge asshole.
Nah, I take it in stride.
Man.
That's the scallywag way. We just take it in stride.
That's when you're like, you know what? Have a good night. And that's when you leave the party. Because what else do you do after that? You can't just because for the rest of the night. For the rest of the night, everyone's gonna be like, "Hey, is that the asshole who made fun of the amputee girl?" You know.
All right, let me finish this up real quick.
There's more.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Right, so she revealed that her hand was amputated. What I thought was her hand in her pocket was her stump resting against her hip. I apologized immediately, but luckily she thought it was funny because she'd never heard that comment before. I'm still dying inside though. Don't just take it in stride, bro. Eat it, enjoy it.
If she said it's cool, then it's cool. Don't worry about it.
Nah, man, that's awesome. I mean, the easy way to be like, yo, you ain't got a hand. What happened there? And there you go. You continue the story that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Just keep it in stride, scallywag way.
Yeah, you gotta keep it in stride, but also on the inside, you're like, damn, how did I not see that?
And then
You know?
so what's happened? So, okay, so what happens if then like they hit it off or whatever, and maybe they end up getting together or something later on down the road? They have kids, and it's like, hey, how did you and mommy meet?
I thought
At a
she
party?
had,
I thought
at a party. I thought she
at a
had her
party.
hand in her skirt pocket.
Skirt pocket.
And to be
I
honest,
really-
he did when he said he was in a party and he approached her to talk about it. I'm pretty sure that was just him trying to pick her up, anyways, like flirt with
Yeah,
her.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, the skirts with pockets is so cool. Like, no,
yeah,
nah,
we don't give a shit about skirts with pockets.
no, we don't. I
No.
mean, nah. But yeah,
No.
that was a good cringe story.
Mm.
I got one more for you
I
guys.
felt
Alright,
it. I
alright.
felt it in my bones, man. Go ahead with the next one. Go ahead. I'm ready for it. Go ahead.
This one's a little bit more mature. This one's also from 4 years ago.
Okay.
This one is titled also. This is also from Today I Effed Up. So today I effed up by thinking my laser hair removal nurse was complimenting my asshole.
That's the weirdest / greatest title I've ever heard in my life.
All
Go
right.
ahead. Keep going. ahead.
So after lockdown ended in my country, there's been a huge sale at my local laser hair removal clinic. And so I thought, why not? I might as well go for it. So I paid for my 10 visits and set off for the first one, a little nervous but excited for my new hairless body. Now I decided to be a great idea to get a full Brazilian all the way from the front to the back. Pretty normal, right? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not in the hair removal business, so I don't know. So the lovely nurse comes in and gives me a brief heads up, explain how it all works, sort of kind of thing. So she leaves the room, leaving me to strip down. She comes back in and decides that we are going to laser away the hair around my a-hole first. All well and good, right?
Okay.
So the instructions I'm given are lay on your right side and use your left hand to pull up your butt cheek.
Oh, okay.
Just assume that position, girl. Get in front of the camera, I guess.
You gotta make that OnlyFans money.
You know what I'm saying? So here I am, laying on my side, hand pulling up my butt, while this lady sticks a laser around my a-hole. Now on my left hand, I wear this gorgeous silver ring with a bright blue gem. It was handmade by my best friend's boyfriend, so it's pretty unique. So this lady saw my gorgeous ring and decided to break the awkward silence and say, "That's a cute ring you got there." And of course, I happened to forget I was wearing the damn ring. It just made sense in my head that this nurse was complimenting the ring of my asshole.
All right.
So still on my side, I tell her, "Thank you. It'll be a lot nicer when it's hairless, LOL."
All right.
Now cue awkward laughter and then silence until I realized that she was not, in fact, talking about my butt.
Good Lord. And it's so funny. It's so funny. His daughter keeps walking in on the cringe stuff.
Yeah, I know. This is the best thing ever.
Yes.
So finished the rest of the appointment without speaking and dashed out of there as soon as possible. I'm still recovering. Now, edit for clarity. For anyone asking, this is the ring. It's not super intricate, but she posted a picture, but she doesn't have the picture.
They may have removed it since it
they-
was 4 years ago.
Probably. But yeah, there's our two cringe stories. One
Nice.
was a little wholesome and cute, and the other one was just very funny.
Yes.
Yeah. It happens. Mm.
Oh,
That's-
got to love it.
Loved
Yes.
it. Love it all the way. Every second of it.
Yes.
But no, those are stories. So we're gonna hop into our weeks. I'll get to mine. big thing for this week was it being Good Friday and Resurrection Sunday, aka Easter Sunday, was the main thing. Took Isla to go egg hunting at the church's field and everything. She had a blast. And then I also found out that she's a demon because she doesn't eat a hot dog or a hamburger with bread. So
Oh,
yeah,
Colt
Oh.
doesn't either, or Grayson doesn't either.
it's so weird to me. She will literally put the hamburger on bread, but won't use a hamburger bun.
That's interesting. Okay.
I know. I was like, you want bread? She's like, yeah. I was like, but there's a bun. She's like, I don't like that. I was like, how do I explain to a child bread is bread? And
Yeah.
we're paying different prices for the same bread.
Yeah.
It's like, am I the stupid one? But no, she did that, had fun. My family did a Good Friday feasting. We did fried fish, some salad, potato
Ooh.
salad, macaroni salad. My aunt did this weird pie she hadn't made before, and the family didn't know about it, so we all gave it a try. But it was a pie of plantain and guava paste.
Okay.
It was actually really good, but it was super sweet because the plantains hadn't ripened yet, so they were still super sweet.
Oh, nice.
So it
I'm
was
coming to
actually-
your house. We
I
get
was like,
some
it was
food.
actually delicious, even though none of us knew about it. We were all hesitant, but no, it was actually good.
So you were
And
like
then-
Marcel in Delicious and Dungeon. I don't know how this is going to taste.
No, but we took a chance.
Tasty.
Yep. What else do we have? We had, I don't know. I just remember the fish being really good. But no, we did that. Saturday was obviously laundry day and chore day, whatever kind of thing. Get ready for Sunday. Sunday obviously did our thing, went to church. Then took the family pictures of Easter clothes and all that stuff together. But that was about it, I think. I can't remember if I did anything else. No, that was about it. It
Yeah.
was just the Easter weekend, pretty much.
Yes. Kind of a similar thing with me this week. My daughter turned 4 years old yesterday on the 31st of March. As this recording, it was yesterday. So the 30th, we went to McDonald's on Gun Barrel in North the Hamilton Place area, and we all just had a birthday party. The kids got to play at the play place, and it was fun. She got a whole bunch of stuff. She got like a whole lot of like cash for her birthday. Of course, she got presents, obviously. So yesterday for her birthday, we did like the Easter egg hunt and stuff like that, and it was fun. And then she's like, can I go buy toys with my money? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I didn't realize how much money she got at her birthday party. She got like $200 and something in cash for her birthday, and I was like, I'm fixing to bring out a big ass cart of toys. Sure enough, that's what we did. We just brought a whole bunch of. She was like, what's your birthday? Get what you want, I guess. So that was fun. Caught up on wrestling, caught up on anime. I started listening to, because I got Spotify. I've got my Spotify account back. I had to stop it for a little while, but then I started paying for it again. And I discovered a brand new album from a band. The album actually came out 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know it came out yet. I think Chip does that, but have you guys ever heard of a band called Seventh Day Slumber?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
I'm surprised you say that, Chip, because we watched them perform when we saw Fozzy back in October. They were the ones that opened for Fozzy.
Was that?
That was Seventh Day Slumber, yeah.
Okay.
The guy with the blue mohawk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what their name was.
Yeah. They of course they have the album. Matter of fact, it's right here on my phone, real quick. But they dropped a brand new album two weeks ago. And the name of the album is called Fractured Paradise. And I was like, oh, it might be good. Let me look into it a little bit. That's the cover art for it. You probably can't tell, but it's basically it's a parrot in basically an engulfed forest. Basically, it's the name of the is what the picture looks like. But yeah, the whole entire record, like I listened to it, I listened to half of it on Tuesday and then the rest of it on Wednesday when I was headed to work. And I got to be honest, like it's out of all the records I've heard so far in 2024, it's probably my favorite album of 2024 so far. Insane drum beats, really good distorted guitars, good faith-based message behind the music. They're a really, really good band. Of course, haven't seen them live before. When I first seen them live was back in October when we went and seen them because they had opened for Fozzy at the Barrel House Ballroom in downtown Chattanooga, and I thought they were really good then. Got a chance to talk to the lead singer after their set before Fozzy came on, and real down to earth people. Like they were really really good, and they played the song called Halos, and it was weird because at the time that I heard the song Halos, it was almost a year and a half after my mom had passed away in 2022, and the song was basically about dealing with somebody who died, basically dealing with the grief and dealing with the stuff that you normally deal with when someone you love passes away, basically. And for some reason, that song resonated with me that day for some reason, and it's like I had to let them know. But yeah, this album, Fractured Paradise by Seventh Day Slumber, and shout out to the guys at Seventh Day Slumber. I don't know if they'll ever listen to this episode of the podcast, but shout out to them. But yeah, I mean, if you guys get a chance, like there's like really nothing screamo or like there's no like heavy like screaming guttural vocals or anything like that, which is fine. There's maybe one song that has that on there, and it's like very short spurts of it. But yeah, it's 10 tracks. If I had to recommend any tracks to you guys, Surviving the Wasteland, My Novocaine, Rehearsing Tragedies, and the namesake song itself, Fractured Paradise, are probably my 4 favorite songs on the record. If you guys want to listen to that. But yeah, this record is awesome. I recommend it to anybody. I thought it was great. And of course, dealing with stuff at work, try to get sleep in here and there when I can, try to, do what I can. Been quiet in this house though, because my son decided to stay a couple of days with his granddad down south, and it's been a long time since he's got to spend some time with him. So I think it was good that, he gets to spend time with his granddad. I never had a granddad to spend time with, so it's good that he has that now, so I'm looking, and of course, later on this week, I'm going to, take Amy and Piper down there so they could spend some time with him as well. And then hang on, baby. And then, then I got other stuff I got to do here. Say it, wave it, everybody.
Can I say hello to them?
In a minute, baby. All right. But that being said, Chip, what about your week, Bubba? How'd your week go?
It was an interesting week. I spent almost the entirety of the week searching for and emailing voice actors for us to interview. Got a few responses. We'll have those, those are lined up throughout the next several months. I thought it was really cool that, some of these people that we kind of grew up with were very interested in, coming on the show and chatting with us about their career. So there was that. I got a new hat. I want a huge shout out to Anja Smith at the 308 Collective. She hooked me up with a new hat, and it's absolutely amazing. She does fantastic work. Check them out. Go to the 308collective.com and order you a new hat or other stuff that they have as well. Then I caught up on some anime and started playing Diablo 4. They put it out on Xbox Game Pass. I've been really having a lot of fun with that. It's a lot different than Diablo 3 was. So
I'm probably going to play it tonight, probably.
But yeah, and then, this past weekend, went to Talon's daughter's birthday party. hung out. My only critique of the birthday party was nothing that they did, but the damn McDonald's had the heat blasted in the play area. It was like 150 degrees off in that piece.
Yeah, it was.
Why?
It was bad.
They're just
Yeah.
trying to get you guys out regardless, huh?
Well, here's the
Well-
thing. I actually went up to the lady that was behind the counter. I was like, "Hey, listen, we're having a birthday party back here. Is there any way we could turn the AC on?" And she goes, "Baby, the AC is on."
No,
Man, but do you not see this bead of sweat going down my head? It's not on. You know,
there's no way the AC was on, because when you walk from the play area to where like the serving area was, there was a distinct like refreshness of air by about 30 degrees.
Yeah.
So and then Sunday we did the Easter thing, got up, let the boys hunt eggs, and everything. They were super excited. Got them a couple of Star Wars toys that they'd been wanting, that I put in their Easter basket. And then that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, a little slow week, but thankfully we'll have a lot to discuss next weekend or next week because of this
Yes.
weekend. You guys can come down to Huntsville, or if you're already in Huntsville or the Alabama area, come down to the Huntsville Expo. Pop cult crap. I forget what
Huntsville Hey, I did it last year. It's Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo.
That's what it is. I was like, I always forget the wave. Like, I'm just Huntsville Expo, but I call it all the time.
Yeah.
But
We did the TikTok video, and I was like, "Welcome to the Huntsville Expo, Chip. Is that what it's called?" He's like, "It's the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. Thank you."
But no, for sure, come down, see us. They have a great lineup.
Yeah.
Anybody from your childhood pretty much is going to be there. They have all 5 hosts of Blues Clues.
Yep, all 5 hosts of Blues
Yeah.
Clues.
Yeah,
They got the entire cast of well, not the entire cast, but they got like the 3 main characters from Death Note. If you're a wrestling fan, Trish Stratus is going to be there. You got
Trish Stratus. Hold on. You better put some respect on freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. That man's gonna be there too.
Also, if you're a fan of Bluey,
they have Bandit and Chili there.
Bandit and Chili are both going to be
also
there.
the writers and creators of Bluey.
Exactly.
George Takei is going to be there.
George Takei is going to be there, but he's only going to be there
Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
So when we're there, which is a great thing.
Yeah, which is a good thing. Yeah.
Obviously, we want to see our friends. We're going to see Jason Flowers, Alex Ogle, and Brian Silverbacks.
Silverbacks. I got something special. Coming from Brian Silverbacks.
I thought you were threatening him.
No.
I got something special for you.
I got something for Brian Silverbacks. It's called money, because I owe him money.
I was like, damn, like, yo, you got beef?
No.
You don't know,
ain't no beef whatsoever. No. He did me a favor. He gave me a
don't ruin it. Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
I'll just say he did something for me, and I got to pay him the money when we get to Huntsville. I already talked to him. It's all arranged and everything. So let's just say my wife's going to have a good Mother's Day. I'll just say that.
There's also going to be Najee Jeter, so hopefully we can actually get an interview with him.
That would be a really
this
good
time around.
Yes, absolutely.
And hopefully Carlos hits record this freaking time. I was so mad about that. Oh, I was so mad about that. But
man.
we're also going to have Talon's favorite cast, the St. Butterville cast there. So he gets to meet
Dak
Morris. But they're gonna have them. We're gonna have people from The Office. We're gonna have Jonathan Frakes. Maybe we can actually have a talk with him.
Yeah.
Paige O'Hara, Tara Strong's gonna be there. Richard Karn from Home Improvement.
And Debbie Deering also. Yeah.
Debbie Dunning.
Really? Oh, Dunning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully this time we can actually talk to Kari Payton, Ross Marquand, and Johnny Youngbosch, who's also going to be there. Dean Kane's going to be there, so maybe we'll be able to talk to him.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Then we also have D. Bradley Baker. We also have the great Stephen Blum, who was Bloom, who was Spike Spiegel, or is Spike Spiegel. I don't know what I said was.
Yes.
So hopefully we can have that sit down or just a little conversation with him.
Yeah.
They're also going to have.
See, they got Lindsay Sandel's going to also be there.
Ooh,
Derek Snow is going to be there. Wally Wingert's going to be there. Michelle Ruff is going to be there. Dorian King, how you pronounce his last name? I always would say King Guy, but it's not how it's pronounced.
Kingy.
is it
Kingy,
Kingy? Yeah.
Kingy, yeah, Kingy. I don't know why I always want to pronounce it King Guy for whatever reason. And also Charles,
Because you're American and you see an I.
I see
Yeah.
an I, yeah. I'm trying to think. Somebody else also is going to be there too. I can't be. I have the list in front of me, so why the fuck can I just look? Yeah, you scroll all the way down the bottom. Yeah,
But also they're gonna have the voices of Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, and Wario, Charles Martinet, and
Martinet,
Kenny
yeah.
James,
Kenny
who is
James
also
gonna be there. Yep.
Kenny James, who is Bowser, King Koopa, whichever iteration y'all want to talk about.
Yep.
they're
Rachel Lee
also-
Cook is also going to be there.
Yes, and we also will have hopefully a lot of fan interaction there, like we have here recently in other areas. And I'm trying to see if there's one of our other friends from anything else there. But no. Oh, Arnie Reyes Jr. is going to be there, so we'll have another Ninja Turtle.
There you go.
But yes, everybody come down to, or if you're in the Huntsville area, or just come down to and experience the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo this Friday. Crap.
It's not this Friday. It's April.
Well-
Well, as of this recording, it might be this Friday. I don't know. It's April
Well,
12th through the
it'll be
14th.
after. Sorry, it'll be after this
Yeah, after,
recording. So next week it'll be the 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Yeah, 12th, 13th, and 14th.
I keep forgetting what one will post this, but it'll be this week before WrestleMania, so it'll be afterwards. Yeah.
Exactly.
But nope, come down. Like I said, enjoy. Get yourself some tickets. Still available. You're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great time. But now, gentlemen, let's move on to our main featurette, which will be
WrestleMania.
predictions, and we're gonna start with NXT Stand and Deliver. So let's go ahead and pull
Yes.
up the card. NXT Stand and Deliver 2024.
Got mine pulled up.
So we are gonna have. So far, they have 5 matches. I don't know if what's listed as the order, but I'm gonna go from what they have listed on the just the website right now, and it says the first match is Ilya Dragunov versus Tony D'Angelo for the NXT Championship. I hope that's not the first match.
No, they just put them in order on here. It never gives them the order of the actual matches. It just says what matches are going to be on the card.
Definitely number 5 is the match.
Well, technically, number 5 is going to be the main event, yes. But
Yeah.
I think it's just they'll probably kick it off more than likely. They'll kick it off with the triple threat, or the tag team match. But
it should be the triple threat, but we'll go in the order from what I have.
We'll
here.
just go ahead. Listen, yeah. That's
So Ilya Dragunov having an amazing title reign. Was in the middle of that feud of Carmelo and Trick Williams being another catalyst in there, pushing both those men obviously to another level, because that's how amazing he is as a person in the ring in general, but how great he is and the way he just carries himself in the ring, out of the ring as a champion and everything, definitely elevating that title. Going against the guy who I really enjoy, but I still think is a stupid stereotype, and I don't see how we still are getting away with this, Tony D'Angelo, aka the fake soprano Atlantic Boardwalk man. Dude's an amazing wrestler, especially since he's coming from just a straight mat wrestling background. Those usually are the guys that you expect to adhere to this a little bit more, which he has. But here recently he's been putting himself through some really good storylines of feuds and everything like that. But from my personal experience and from my fandom experience, I'm still gonna go towards the way of the champion, and that's Ilya Dragunov.
I agree. I think Dragunov wins this. The only way I don't see him winning this is if he's getting called up to the quote unquote main roster, and I don't think that's happening. So I'm going Ilya Dragunov on the for the victory here.
I agree with Chip. I don't think that they're going to push him straight to the main roster just yet. I do think he's going to come away with the NXT title. And even if he loses against Tony D'Angelo, I still think he'll be around in NXT for a while. I mean, honestly, with the success that Ilya has right now, it makes zero sense to take the belt off of him right now. So yeah, I would
No.
say keep it on Ilya. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ilya to win the match.
All right. Next up is the Wolf Dogs, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus the tournament winners. And right now, I guess they're deciding that tonight, I believe, or tomorrow. Sorry.
Tomorrow, yeah,
Yeah, they'll
Tuesday
decide
night,
that
yeah.
April 2nd
And a
in a
triple threat match. So
yeah,
stupid.
it's the LWO, the OC, and then Axiom and
Ben.
Nathan Frazier. Yeah.
Ben. Yeah.
I
But
think well,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I was going to throw them out there. I think Axiom and Frazier are probably going to end up winning that one. I don't think they're going to do anything with the Latino World Order because I think they're going to wait to do something for them at Mania. And the OC, I think the OC is there basically just to elevate the younger talent. So I think Axiom and Nathan Frazier will probably be the winners of that match. And then when it comes to the actual title match itself at Stand and Deliver, I'm going to say the upset. I think Axiom and Nathan Frazier is going to pull away with the victory from Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker simply because Braun Breaker's signed to SmackDown. He's going straight to the main roster after this. This is basically Braun Breaker's swan song, basically. Baron Corbin, I don't know what exactly they're going to do with him. I don't know if they're going to bring him up back to SmackDown or they want to keep him down in NXT for a little while longer. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with that, but the way I think it could happen, I think Axiom and Frazier win the tournament, and then they end up picking up the tag team titles with it being Braun Breaker's swan song in this match.
Chip.
I actually disagree. I think whoever comes out of that triple threat match loses to Corbin and Braun. I think they're going to keep the tag straps on them for a little bit longer. It's really pushing Corbin to a new level, teaming with Braun, and it's teaching Braun new things that he didn't know. We forget that he's still super young in the business. Not right at 2 years now.
3 years, I think now.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years. Yes, he is signed to SmackDown. But you have to remember they do a lot of talent swap with NXT and send people to NXT and bring people up to do certain things. I mean, Braun Breaker did a series of matches on Raw. Carmelo Hayes has been on both Raw and SmackDown. So I think Corbin and Breaker retain the tag titles. I think the ultimate ending of that tag team is a split and feud.
Okay, I can see a split and feud happening with that. Sure. What about you, Roger? Where's your head going with this?
So I disagree with both of y'all.
Okay.
I think the OC wins the tournament and also take the straps off of Corbin and Breaker because Breaker is moving up. So I do agree with you on that talent that Breaker is being moved up and Corbin, we don't know what they're going to do with him. Maybe they just bring them both up and still make them tag guys for right now. Still developing Braun. Yeah, he's been having squash matches on SmackDown, but for some reason, I feel like him having squash matches isn't helping him. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel it. Like some guys do need squash matches, but he doesn't. I don't know.
He doesn't need the squash matches. Like if you see Braun, if you see an enhancement talent standing in the ring and Braun Breaker's coming to the ring, you already know he's going to win the match. You know, it's like kind of like they kind of did the same thing with Baron Corbin when he first got to NXT. Every one of his matches were like less than a minute long.
Yeah, but he had a cool finisher though.
That finish is cool. One person has kicked out of that finish.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, and I still don't think he should have kicked out of it.
He shouldn't have. It should still be unkicked or protected.
Unkick-outable. Is that a word?
They should do what they did with the one named Angel wasn't kicked out, but the rope break.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that we all three have little different ideas of how the tag title is going to go. So
I just want Ben to get his flowers, dude.
I do too, but
yeah, I do too, but
he should. Yeah. I don't want him to be stuck in tag team division forever. They keep putting him down there over and over and over. After he has good single stuff, they're like, "Oh, okay, we don't know what to do, so put him in tag team."
Right.
I agree to that. I mean, and again, maybe that's just the way. Because I mean, yeah, there's other guys that you want to elevate more, I guess, and that's fine. But I mean,
he is super young. He's 22, 23 now.
24, I thought, because he was.
I mean, he's
was
right around there.
Yeah, because when we met him, he was 19.
Oh, he's 25. 25.
25. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we met him a year into his college, so yeah, it'd been 18, 19-ish, so yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, because the first time I met him was when we did Taxomania 1, I want to say.
Can we start our own tax show? Can we do our 1 yearly tax show?
Yeah. No, that's just something I say, just, because that's what that was Tyler's. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Can we just do our yearly tax show and just put on a really, really good show and record it but never show it to anybody?
I mean,
because I know we definitely be able to book better than most bookers around.
There is.
Well, yeah. All right. Next match on the card. Go ahead.
Next match on the card
is
the women's title with Lyra Valkyria, which I still hate her name.
I hate her name too.
Versus the new Roxanne Perez.
I'll start with this one, and I'll say I think Roxanne Perez reclaims the title that she never lost. I still don't know what they were doing with that whole angle of she
passed out.
Yeah, and then just disappeared, and
she was hurt, but that was a stupid way to write it off.
Exactly.
Yeah, I they never really fleshed out that whole thing. There was so much that they could have done with that they didn't do. But I think this is her comeuppance, and she regains the title she never lost.
I agree that she's going to win the title back. I just feel like, and I've heard this also, because this was originally supposed to be Cora Jade's spot. Cora Jade was supposed to be the one to be the top female heel to take the title from Valkyria. Again, I keep on wanting to say Valkyrie because Valkyrie makes a hell of a lot more sense than Valkyria, but whatever. I don't name wrestlers. But yeah, I mean, Cora Jade, before she got injured for a second time, I think she could have been the one to do it. So was it a situation? Did you have to turn Roxanne Perez into a heel, or could you have slid another heel in there and then maybe have, something like that? Or hell, do what other promotions have done and turn your quote unquote babyface champion into a heel, almost like the influx. Like, remember when CM Punk was a babyface when he first won the title, then he flipped it mid title reign and ran as a heel? That could have been a good, but
is Valkyria a babyface? Because doesn't she have a flunky?
She has a flunky, but she doesn't. How can I say this? We talking about that Paxton girl, right?
Her flunky attacks people. So
she's a flunky, but it's like, I don't want your help, leave me alone, kind of thing. And she does it continuously, which again makes no sense to me why this is going on. I'm talking in circles here. Roxanne Perez is going to win back the NXT Women's title. There's my prediction.
Yeah, I think it does go to Roxanne Perez, and the NXT Women's division has a big issue, and that's that they have talent, but they don't have talent at the level of Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right.
And those are your two mainstays. That is your baby face, and that is your heel. Like your number one, your number two. And like Lyra to me doesn't feel like a champion, even though she's held it for a while.
Yeah.
So the other one that was up there at that rate was Tiffany Stratton. He already moved her up, and she's doing a damn good job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bringing Becky Lynch back down to NXT was supposed to be what elevated the women's division. And yeah, there are some women who benefited from working with Becky Lynch, such as Tiffany Stratton. But I feel like even with Lyra Valkyria, it was like, okay, like you got the seal of approval in a way, but
it was flat though. It was so flat.
It felt forced.
Only this is going to sound really shitty of me, but
go ahead. No, be honest. Go ahead.
The only reason that Becky came down to NXT was to A, pad her resume, and B, put her student over. She's the one who trained Lyra Valkyrie.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, I want to go do this thing that I've never done, because she had never won the NXT Women's Championship.
Yep.
And she was like, I want to drop it to Lyra Valkyrie. So.
But I mean, at that time, it was really just Lyra and Tiffany, because
Right.
Roxanne was still injured and Cora Jade got hurt. So,
and Xia Li has not been progressing the way people wanted her to at that point.
She's really good. They've just got to find the right thing to do with her, because they don't know whether they want her to be a babyface or a heel, and she's kind of getting the Big Show treatment right now, where it's, you know,
1 week she's a face, 1 week she's a heel. She bounces back and forth pretty much.
They also need her to cut her down her martial arts gimmick and make her go from karate, like kung fu movie star, to just being a regular MMA style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're making her just seem like a joke character overall.
But then there's other like I mean, you got Thea Hale, but she's doing that thing with Chase University. You got
I don't even know who that is.
JC Jane, who's doing the thing
with Chase University.
With Chase University, yeah, but she's kind of like which now they're having a little bit of discrepancy. Now they're actually fighting with each other, so that'll end up leading into a match at some point. You got Gigi Dolan, but she hasn't really been doing much of anything except doing the deal with Ariana Grace, which is Santina Morella's daughter.
And she's progressing, but she's not there yet.
What about Blair Davenport? Hasn't done. They haven't done anything with her.
Love me some Blair Davenport, but they ain't doing nothing with her.
They're not doing anything with her either. You know,
but she can't talk. Because her accent is so disgusting to talk. Like,
well, she's a
Cockney British. She has that dirty British talk.
Oh yeah, so like northern British kind of like.
I think so.
Very posh, very.
No, not posh. Like very
not posh,
gutter.
Not posh. I'm sorry.
It's very gutter.
Yeah, South London underground kind of shit, probably.
Yeah, it's very like oof. Yeah. Like you can wrestle good, but oof, we don't want to hear the talking.
Yeah. So I think we're all in agreement. We're gonna go with Roxanne.
And the thing is, if they put Lyra over, what do you do next?
What can you do next? I mean, you're gonna have to build somebody up to the point to where people actually care, about, because there's not really a whole lot. You'd have to build a babyface literally from the ground up. Not to say the WWE can't do it, but with the current crop of girls that you have, you're gonna have to do it quickly.
Yep. But, all right, so moving on from there, the next match listed is the North American Triple Threat title, which is the Hoss battle. You got Oba Femi versus Dijak versus Big Rig, Josh Briggs.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yes,
that's exactly what it is.
Big meaty men, meat mountain mashup right here.
Yes. Yes.
I think this one is still going to go to Oba Femi. So WWE made Randy Orton and CM Punk do a rewatch of the WrestleMania match, and in it, CM Punk said there are certain matches where you put a guy over, but it's to get a guy over, and that's what that Randy Orton CM Punk match was. CM Punk said he was obviously they were putting Randy Orton over, but it was to put him over as being able to work with top talent. Yeah, and I think this right here for Oba Femi is to show. Yeah, you can beat up little guys, but can you literally hang with the big boys? And these are two big boys right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dijak being the super veteran at this point. Josh Briggs, a veteran, but Dijak just has way more experience overall. And I just think this is going to be probably the sleeper match. I think this might be. It won't be the best match because that's going to be Trick and Carmelo off the rip.
Yeah.
I think so.
That blood feud, that brotherly dissipation there. They're going to beat the crap out of each other and put on a show for us. But Oba Femi, Dijak, and Briggs are going to beat the crap out of each other. They're going to lay into each other, but they're going to make the match pretty much cohesively make sense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was like, okay, but no. But I'm still going to go with Obafemi. This match is to get him over as truly as a champion, as like him actually being a credible champion. Dijak doesn't need a title. He doesn't.
No.
And I also still think that they're going to bring in Gacy in this to interfere and get him out of it. And Josh Briggs is going to take the fall.
That's what I was thinking that too. I was thinking Gacy's going to have something to do with it, possibly to either distract Dijak or whatever. But yeah, like I said before a couple weeks ago, man, I'm a big fan of Obafemi. I think he's done in the short time that he's been with the company, hell, in the short time that he's been professionally wrestling, he's soaking it up like a sponge, dude. And I think, yeah, this is going to be his biggest test, against Dijak and Briggs. And I mean, I'm not going to undersell Briggs either, because Briggs can, bring it when he needs to. This is a big test for him as well, because this is his first big event also, so we'll see how he does. But yeah, I'm going with Obafemi to win this one.
I agree, Obafemi.
So I don't know, I can't remember if we talked about this, or I feel like we might have touched on it, but Obafemi is actually a shot putter that went to MTSU, then transferred to the Alabama, and won the 2021-2022 track championship in shot put.
Mm-hmm.
He also won the Conference USA title when he was at Middle Test MTSU. But he's only been wrestling. He got signed in December of 2021 and made his debut November 18th of 2022. So he hasn't even been wrestling 2 full years. He hasn't even been training for 3 full years.
Yeah.
And hey, some people get it.
Yeah. The rip. Some people get it and they take to it like a sponge, man.
Yep.
Or take to it like a duck to water. Soak it like a sponge. There you go. All right. But let's move on to the main event of Stand and Deliver.
They're building up with the HBO Showtime boxing style documentary, which I really love that Triple H is doing that, because hey, guess what?
Well, the 2 producers that they hired, remember when they kicked Kevin Dunn to the curb, they brought in a guy who used to do production for ESPN. So yeah, you're going to have that sports centric like build up to matches now, and I think it's made it's helped with fans in terms of the anticipation growing, if that makes sense.
Well, not only that, but also bring in more of the actual sport legitimacy aspect to wrestling. Yes, we all know, hey, predetermined matches, but guess what? These people are still out there wrestling and fighting each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can we still not have a sports like centric feel to it? Like, let's just do the suspension of belief for a little bit and actually believe that Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes really hate each other, about to beat the crap out of each other. And maybe they have started hating each other just to build up this feud, just to get it, make it have more legitimacy. We don't know.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing with this, but I am going to go with the babyface finish on this one was Trick Williams going out on top.
I'm also going to go with Trick Williams going out on top on this one. I feel like if the rumors that we're hearing is that Carmelo is going up to the main roster, if you will, then this would probably be also his swan song as well. But yeah, I mean, just for the only possible way I see this going in a different trajectory is if for some reason they bring somebody to distract Trick, or maybe do something to the effect of where Carmelo does something underhanded to win, which sets up an even bigger match down the road. But this is Stand and Deliver. This is NXT. This is
WrestleMania weekend. Yeah,
it's WrestleMania weekend. Yeah, so you got to, especially in the main event, you got to kind of slide your baby face over in this one, especially after the blood feud that they've had, and this has been going on for months and months at this point. So yeah,
almost a year, hasn't it?
More or less.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I would say put Trick over in this one. Go ahead, Chip. I'll let you say it, and I'll say what I gotta say.
I was gonna say I agree. I think Trick Williams goes over in this one. For all the reasons that you guys said. It's WrestleMania weekend. You slide the babyface over. The rumor is that Carmelo Hayes is being called up. So what better way than to put your best friend over, and that's going to shoot Trick Williams even more towards Ilya Dragunov and the NXT championship.
Right. Did you guys see the video that I posted earlier this week about DNA and Arsenal hanging out with Trick Williams at the Performance Center?
I couldn't because it was a Facebook video.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So okay, I keep forgetting you don't have Facebook, so you can't watch the videos. But yeah, DNA, Arsenal, and somebody else, I can't remember who else was there, was at the Performance Center kicking it with Trick Williams, and they met with Shawn Michaels and things of that nature. And the rumor is that they're going to be performing that night at NXT. Trick Williams to the ring. So.
What song would they be able to do?
It might be a version of his song remixed into
What that trick? Just say that over and over.
Hey, I mean that. I'm sure DNA and Arsenal will come up with some, couple. I'm sure they could give you a hot 16. Maybe a freestyle.
They're doing this in Philly as well. I'm surprised they didn't get a Philly rapper.
Well, Meek Mills. Well, I think Meek's doing something WrestleMania too.
Meek's hiding right now. That Diddy scandal.
Oh. Well, I mean,
because apparently there's a video or audio or something of Meek and Diddy. So,
hey,
yeah,
my name's Bennett, and I ain't in it.
But I mean, you can have Easy to Block Captain.
Well, there you go. That could work.
Yeah. So
ear. Oh.
You need a haircut.
Yeah, I do need a haircut. I've gone like 3 months without one.
Ooh, I just cut mine last night, so
I need look.
Oof. Hey, speaking of eclipses,
I don't have a receding hairline. I got a You're an asshole. Yeah, I don't have a receding hairline. I got a cul-de-sac.
You still got that one little. You still got that one little.
That one little tuft of hair right there.
Got that there. Tyson Kidd going on.
There you go.
All right. Let's move on to
WrestleMania. WrestleMania extra large. So WrestleMania 40.
Yeah. They haven't said what matches are going to be on which nights yet.
No, they haven't, but
I would just say start from the bottom, work our way up.
Well, I'm just gonna go to the to be determined matches first, and then we'll go from the matches we actually know in order.
Yeah. And there's one match that hasn't been posted yet, also that they're gonna set up this week, I think, or set up online or something like that. But go ahead with the ones we got.
What match are you talking about?
The Pride versus the Final Testament.
They already set that one up. It's on night 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they set that up. They set that on Friday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't watch Friday. I didn't watch Friday, so I didn't.
Oh, okay. They set it on Friday. Yeah, so I was like, wait, what? But no, with the to be arranged matches, because they already know the matches. But we have. We're gonna start with the SmackDown Women's Championship of Io Sky versus Bayley. This one is interesting because Bayley needs it, but Io hasn't done anything with it, so it's like an empty title reign. Like, when's the last time we've had one sort of like this?
It's been a while. Has
been a minute,
Has she even defended Io
a few times? But I think it's been like all interference DQs, like kind of thing here and there.
Yeah. Well, let me. Did she didn't defend it? She didn't defend it in Perth. She didn't defend it at the Rumble either. I don't think
she's going to defend it on SmackDown.
Yeah, she's defended it on SmackDown, but that's
it. Yeah, she's not actually had a match for it. Nope. Ever since the Rumble, they've literally just projected Bayley and her, and then Bayley being attacked, and Dakota Kai's betrayal, which everybody saw.
Yeah.
But like I said, Bayley needs it. She's done so much since her return SummerSlam 2 years ago, literally elevating Damage Control. We all knew that eventually they would break them up, and Bayley would have to be the one to go out of that group regardless. I don't know. I feel bad about it because, like I said, Io hasn't done anything with her title. It's an empty title run.
Mm-hmm.
It has been.
But like Bailey needs it. She's earned it at this point. She's done so much good work here recently, and it's been a while since we've had a Bailey title run. But what does current babyface Bailey do?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Like, yeah, you can continue the story with damage control and have her take every member down one by one, and you can spread it out to Money in the Bank, SummerSlam.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
But also damage control, the core of damage control, they're supposed to be in a six man, aren't they?
6 woman, yeah.
Six
But
woman,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. But like from after this, so after WrestleMania, line up Backlash and it'd be Dakota Kai maybe or something like that, and then for line up to Money in the Bank, and you have Asuka or Kairi Sane, and then SummerSlam you have the other one. I mean, you can stretch it out from that point, but
That's a long stretch though.
that's a long stretch with the same people doing the same storyline.
Yeah, I do think. I mean, I think eventually, it's just going to be Io, Asuka, and Kyrie just together, like those three, and have them all three be the Kabuki Warriors, and maybe they do with women's tag titles the same way the New Day did with their titles. Like anybody can defend the titles at once.
Mhm.
But it kind of makes sense though for at least there to be the women's champion there in a weird way, or maybe they try to go. I don't like I said, I don't
Yeah.
know.
But yeah, Bailey has to win it, unfortunately. But they sort of wrote themselves in a situation where, what do you do next? How do you make it work? And how do you sort of get rid of damage control in a way that makes sense to have Bailey have a new exposure, a new life?
Tiffany Stratton,
And-
maybe.
But I mean, there's still women ahead of her that I think would be. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, Tiffany Stratton, yeah, she works great. She's great and everything.
Would it be too soon to give her? Would it be too soon to put her in a main event role with Bailey if Bailey wins the title?
It wouldn't, but how do you justify putting her over Bianca, Naomi, and Jade right now?
Yeah.
No. You got a good point with that. Yeah.
I mean, Jade is technically the new kid on the block, but there I was going. But she has more charisma, more ability. Like, I was reading an article earlier and it was talking about Naomi, Bianca, and Jade, and it was a Black Excellence article, and they were talking about Naomi being kind of like one of the front runners, helping push the women's division. Bianca and all her accolades, longest reigning Raw Women's Champion ever. And the prediction is that Jade Cargill is going to surpass all of that. And I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I can't. She is literally the tool for that. Like, her body is amazing. Like, we came in front. She has an amazing body.
Yeah.
She looks the part. She's strong as crap. She can do whatever she wants. She's athletic. She's a more athletic and stronger Bianca, which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
Because Bianca is also a amazing specimen of athleticism and wrestling ability in general. Jade is just so
Go ahead.
Still super green though.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that. Go ahead.
Could you imagine what it would have been like? And I know this is hindsight, but since this whole episode is basically about hypotheticals, let's just keep going down the rabbit hole here. Could you imagine if Jade Cargill, instead of going to AEW, went to the Performance Center when she did back then, and how I don't know if her star power would be as elevated as it was, maybe, but I mean, because really, I mean, she was the bright spot in AEW, because how many other women in AEW looked like her, and had the presence that she has? Now, was she the greatest wrestler on the card? No, but she had what we in the business call, she had the it factor. Whatever it is, she had it. And she clearly was the biggest standout of the AEW women's division. So, what can WWE do to make it even more presentable? How would, bigger production? Obviously, they're going to do more things with her in terms of building up a mystique for her. But just think of what would have happened if she had gone to WWE in the Performance Center and trained instead of going to AEW. Like, where do you think her trajectory would have been then? Would she be just as big of a star? Would her wrestling skills, would we have seen her maybe a couple of years ago as opposed to when we're seeing her now? Could she have done something in the NXT women's division? A lot of questions, but like I said before, this is all hypothetical. But I don't know.
So,
It's interesting to think about.
so I wanted to know where Jade comes from, because I mean, really, we didn't know anything about her before AEW in general. So I wanted to know where she came from, and she was apparently a semi-pro or an actual pro basketball player for women's. I think it looks like college and AAU and stuff like that. So she's from Jacksonville and stuff like that. That's where she went to college and everything. But apparently she did go to a trial in 2019 at WWE, and when she was there, Mark Henry apparently gave her advice to go train at Heath Miller, aka Heath Slater's wrestling school. But she actually started her actual training at AR Fox's academy.
WWA4, in Atlanta.
WWA4, yep. But then she ended up training at the Nightmare Factory, and like pretty much that's how she just became to be at AEW. Is that she just went to train there after her WWE tryout. So WWE had an opportunity. I don't know why they didn't take her. It makes no sense at all, because maybe her age at that point.
At the time, because she's 31 now.
Yeah, me and her are the same. She's actually she's like a couple weeks older than me, which is surprising. So yeah, she would have been at that range where they were trying. At 2019 was when they put that stupid, no, you have to be under this certain age limit, whatever stupid crap. That's what you get. You literally had the opportunity for Jay, but Vince wanted to put these stupid limitations and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question that you asked just a minute ago, Talon, about Jade Cargill, I don't think she would have been as big of a star as she is presented to now had she not went to AEW first. And the reason I say that is because as much as we shit on AEW, they actually protected her and made her kind of this big deal, had the win streak, had the championship, only, started losing matches. I think she only lost like maybe 2 or 3 matches.
One match
total.
She lost her last match to Chris Statlander. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then she was done.
And she was done. Yep.
So I think that raised the mystique in the wrestling fans' eyes of Jade Cargill. Kind of like Roger was saying, we didn't know anything about her until we seen her on AEW. And yeah, a lot of us shit on her, but when she was in AEW, because she wasn't
super
having she was super green. She wasn't having, like long wrestling matches. It was basically squash match after squash match after squash match. But there was bits and pieces of gold in those matches, and we started to see it as her career progressed. And I'm gonna shit on the internet wrestling community for a minute, because when Jade was in AEW, they shit on her, saying, oh, she needs to be trained, she needs proper training, and all that. So she signs with WWE. They send her to the Performance Center, have used her very sparingly since she's been signed. And what she's doing is she's down at the Performance Center, she's training, she's getting better. We can clearly see she's getting better.
Yeah.
But the IWC is now like, you need to put Jade on TV. Like, you can't have it both ways. She's doing what you wanted her to do. She's doing what's best for her career by getting, better training. I won't say proper training, because the Nightmare Factory is a really good training center.
It is.
Um, you know, Cody does a really good job down there, um, with the training and everything. Uh, so you know, it's not that she wasn't trained properly. I just don't think she was trained long enough. I
Yeah.
think it was a situation where uh, AEW had the partnership with the Nightmare Factory, and they were like, okay, we need her, and we need her now. And I don't think that she got enough training.
Yeah. Well,
But
who were the top females at the
uh,
time?
Britt Baker, Thunder
Britt
Rosa,
Thunder
Baker,
Rosa,
yeah,
Maria
um,
Deeb,
Hikaru
Nyla
Shida.
Rose.
Hikaru Shida, Riho. Really, most of the Joshi girls were really the
That's
ones
because
who.
the Joshi man is the one that runs the women's division. So
Well, and but if you notice, they're not using a lot of the Joshis,
because he's not there
since
right now.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
But
anyway,
but no. Going back to the Bailey versus Io, which started it all. I'm still saying Bailey wins. I'm just worried about what happens afterwards.
I agree. I'm going to go Bailey as well, and then we'll see what happens.
yeah, I think like what you said earlier, Roger. Bailey needs it. She's earned it. She deserves it. The EO run has been very flat and almost non-existent. Like she has the title, but she's not really done anything with it.
Like when
and-
Dean Ambrose was U.S. champion. He didn't do
Oof.
nothing with that either.
or hell,
Yeah.
even when Dean Ambrose was WWE,
WWE champion. Yeah.
We can't say that because he had matches against Ziggler and AJ Styles. He just didn't have a gimmick. He just didn't have a gimmick.
and still doesn't.
Because
Yeah,
he's
he-
crazy.
Yeah,
other
his
than
gimmick
he
was the lunatic
bleeds.
fringe, but he never did anything lunatic-ish. I mean,
Right.
I guess he was
Oh.
a Saint Lunatic and was trying to see what the hook was going to be.
I'm going
But-
down, baby. Your street in the rain.
But next match to be arranged, we're going to just go to the other side on the Raw's women's side. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I'm hoping it stays with Rhea. It has been a while since Becky's had a title. She's Becky Lynch. She does great work regardless who it is. Does she need the title? No. Does it help the story go forward? Yeah, but Rhea's story isn't flat. And that's the thing. She hasn't, if anything, every week it gets stronger and stronger and better, even if she defends it or not. So
Yeah.
keep the strap where it's hot. That's what you need to do with her.
And a lot of the girls that even girls that are like the newer girls coming in, like a Zoe Stark and Ivy Nile, Zelina Vega, like they've done all I know Zelina's not new per se, but
Neither is Zoe
excuse me.
Stark.
Well, but newer than most of the girls that are on the main roster, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she ever since she won the title from Charlotte Flair at Mania, it's been nothing but uphill. I honestly can't think of even the Nia Jax match at Elimination Chamber. Say whatever you want about Nia Jax, but if anybody can make Nia Jax look good, Rhea Ripley can. And I feel like that was a really, granted, it was in Australia, and yeah, everyone popped for it, and she had probably the biggest babyface pop of her career at that point, probably. But then again, when you look at the situation between Rhea and Becky don't need it. But then again, she hadn't had a title in a while. Rhea, you can't really take it off of her because what do you do with her after the take? Do you just do a rematch in France at Backlash? Like, what do you do at that point with her taking the belt off of her? If it was me, my guess, I say keep it on Rhea. I'm gonna say Rhea wins, and they're gonna keep it on Rhea.
Yeah, I'm going Rhea, like I said, too, with Chip.
Okay, so I think the title goes to Becky. I think Becky needs it more at this point than Rhea does. Rhea is at a point in her career where she doesn't need the title. She's over. She's mommy. Like that's what it is
Right.
getting her over right now. It's that her and Dom Mysterio dynamic. I want to see her keep the title, but I think at this point Becky needs it more because Becky has been very flat since she's kind of came back from NXT. And Rhea's star has just skyrocketed. So I think Becky picks up the strap. Even though I personally would rather Rhea keep it, I think Rhea's at that point in her career where she doesn't absolutely need it right this minute. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, that works.
All right. The next to be arranged match is Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the IC title. I'm going to go Gunther. It's WrestleMania, so most likely going to go to Sami Zayn. But if you guys aren't immediately going to have Gunther go after Rollins or McIntyre, whoever wins that one, what are you doing?
See, that's where I'm at on this. I
Mhm.
think the strap needs to stay on Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Gunther's not a guy who needs a title. Like, he's going to go out and have classic matches with whoever he's out there with. And here's the thing. I think the strap stays on Gunther, and here's why. I think Chad Gable attacks Sammy during this match because Sammy took this opportunity from him. And this starts a storyline with Chad and Sammy, which are going to be really good matches. I don't think that Gunther loses the strap at Mania.
I don't either. If they do put the strap on Sammy, I won't be surprised, only for the fact that it is WrestleMania, and you know Gunther's been a champion for so long. Unless you're going to put him straight into the world title picture, whether it's with Seth, whether it's with Drew, whether it's with Cody, if it's Roman, like whoever wins that match, you know. To me, like, yeah, cool story. Sammy wins the gauntlet, he gets his shot at Mania, but I'm sorry, that should be Chad Gable's spot. Me personally, I would rather see Chad Gable.
It's not even you personally. Like a lot of people, like we talked about, Sami Zayn was booed when he beat Chad Gable.
Yeah, for the first time in over a year.
Yeah, because what did you say, Roger?
Booed.
Yeah, because what did you say, Roger? The underdog persona bit him
in the ass. Yeah, because it's the one time where he didn't have to go over.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I agree with Chip on that one. Yeah, I definitely think Gable's going to have something to do with Sammy losing. Not that, I mean, even if Gable didn't get involved with this match whatsoever, I still would pick Gunther to win. But yeah, I think Gable's going to have something to do with the match. So yeah, I'm going to go with Gunther to win this one. I think that's Gunther across the board, right?
I will say the one caveat to this whole thing is I think Sami Zayn needs it because of the way he was shit on in the Roman Reigns angle.
I don't know. I know what you mean, but Sami Zayn is his persona is the underdog, so there's no point of him having a title for the most part.
He doesn't have to keep it long. It's just, you can only be an underdog so long before. I mean, look at Spike Dudley, for instance. He was the ultimate underdog. They put a strap on him. He didn't keep it long, but you have to achieve something at some point.
He's got the tag titles.
Yeah, he got that last year.
Exactly.
In the main event.
Yeah.
In a main event.
In a main event. Yeah. The night one main event.
But no, which is, I mean, still cool that tag team wrestling got to shine like that.
Yes, absolutely.
But no, this is WWE's written a lot of great stories, but they've also written themselves in bad situations for a lot of outcomes. Like the next one. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, I agree with that. But just because something, I've said it before, just because something is predictable doesn't mean it can't be good. Well,
I mean, a lot of these matches aren't predictable, which is a good thing. Because I mean, Io versus Bayley. I mean, we say Bayley needs it, but does she win it? Does she get screwed by damage control? Becky and Rhea. We really don't know where that one's going.
But doesn't that excite you though as a fan?
Yeah.
Doesn't that excite you to know, like, okay, what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? You know, I mean, because I couldn't tell you the last time I read like the spoiler sheets just to see what was going on, you know, because I've really gotten into a habit of not wanting to give a shit about what happens backstage, you know, unless it's like a big like news breaking kind of story. I would rather just watch it as a fan and not give a shit. So I'm glad that we live now in a day and age where even if something does seem predictable, it can be good. But also, if you don't know what's going to happen, that's exciting because it's been a long time since we've had something like that in wrestling.
Oh yeah, for sure. But another unpredictable thing is this shitty 6-pack tag team ladder match. You know there was gonna be a ladder match at WrestleMania, unfortunately.
Yeah, there has to be a ladder match at WrestleMania.
Don't know why you do it as this one. We have the Judgment Day, which they're saying Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus DIY versus the Awesome Truth versus New Day Kofi Xavier Woods versus A-Town Down Under, which is Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus the New Catch Republic, aka Mustache Mountain, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
It's a spot fest. It's gonna open one of the nights. It's gonna be the opening contest for one of the nights.
Well, not only that, they have to find a way to get the titles off of Finn Balor and Damian Priest because they've beaten every tag team, but nobody cares that they're tag champions because their main story is the turmoil within the group, but also the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And also the other thing is they've got to figure out how to split the titles. You've done that with the main titles. You split that, but you got to figure out a way to split and get your Raw tag titles and your SmackDown tag titles back, and they're not just on one team. And I think this might be a way to do that.
Hang all 4 belts up.
Definitely, they're going to hang all 4 belts up. I think. Or maybe one of each. I think
it's all really 4 titles.
But I think there's a scenario where you have a member of one tag team and a member of the other tag team. They go up, and one tag team grabs one like a SmackDown tag title, the other grabs a Raw tag title, and they come down at the same time, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who was it? Otis, where he was just lucky and the briefcase fell to him, and he was
yes.
just have somebody down and be like,
Yeah. I'm thinking that there's a possibility that Awesome Truth win this match in some way, shape, or form. If it's just for the undisputed tag titles and they choose not to split them, I think Awesome Truth picks up the straps. If they do a scenario where they split them, I think Awesome Truth gets the Raw tag titles, and either A-Town Down Under or New Catch Republic gets the SmackDown tag titles.
I'm betting New Catch Republic. I'm sorry. I'm betting. I do think it's going to be Awesome Truth. I do think it's going to be Awesome Truth that does that. But I also think it's going to be A-Town Down Under. You know, have a babyface team win one of the titles, have a heel team win the other titles. I think that would make the most sense. If they're going to do it that way, if they don't do it that way and they're just going to pick just one team to win, probably Awesome Truth will probably be the ones to win it all I think.
So I'm going to disagree with you guys. If it's just one team, I think it's A-Town Down Under. I think Theory and Waller has, for the last 6 months or so, really shown themselves. They have great personality. The crowd hates to love them or loves to hate them. Wow, I said that backward. Loves to hate them, but they do great work. They're the crony team that barely gets by winning, so it makes sense to put it on them and have people chase them, and they cheat their way over and over again until they finally find a way to stop that. So great build up easily to get that over with. But if they split it up, I still think it'll be A-Town Down Under getting the SmackDown one. But I think on the other hand, it'll be New Day getting on Raw.
Well, the New Day's a SmackDown team, I thought.
Are they?
Yeah, I thought, New Day, New Catch Republic, and A-Town Down Under are the SmackDown teams. The Raw teams are Judgment Day, Awesome Truth, and DIY.
Well, Judgment Day's on both brands.
I
Both
thought
bands right now.
I thought DIY was on SmackDown and New Day was on Raw.
No, DIY. No, because remember DIY, Awesome Truth. They're doing that Regeneration X gimmick because our Truth keeps calling Tommaso and Johnny Gargano, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H.
But my thing is Johnny Gargano Shawn Michaels?
According to our Truth, he is.
Because neither one have Shawn Michaels hair.
Well, Tommaso's bald with a big ass beard. That's probably why he's calling him Triple H.
Triple H,
probably.
but the Gargano thing, like, you're X-Pac, I guess.
I guess.
But I mean, but doing this, moving over New Day to Raw wouldn't be that bad of a thing, though.
No, I don't think it would be either.
But so the reason I think it's going to be Awesome Truth is because they did the
They
thing.
have the story, yeah.
There's the built-in story, and it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but it's also WrestleMania, and they like to throw screwballs here on one match here and there, and I think this might be the one.
I can see that.
Or could it be a situation where a DIY or a New Catch Republic win, kind of like WrestleMania 32? I guarantee you, nobody here believed Zack Ryder was going to win the Intercontinental title. We were off it's going to be Sami Zayn. Oh, it's going to be Kevin Owens. Oh, The Miz is going to get it.
I'm sorry.
I believe.
You believe in Zack Ryder?
Yeah.
Zack Ryder's dead.
No, the Long Island IZ.
There you go.
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona. Yeah. He said that Zack Ryder was dead.
And he can say all he wants, but hey, Matt Cardona didn't win at WrestleMania.
Right. It was Zack Ryder that won.
Yeah.
They didn't play Always Ready. They played O Radio.
Exactly. I will always cheer for Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
But that's also the ladder match where Brody Lee and freaking John Moxley killed each other.
Oh no, that was the year before. That was 31 when they did that.
Oh,
that was the year Daniel Bryan
and Dolph Ziggler.
That was 31. Yeah, because they were the two guys who had concussions headbutt the shit out of each other.
I'm like, why? Who okayed this? Like
Vince. That should tell you enough.
Yeah. But all right, let's move on to the other to be arranged. This is gonna be my match of the weekend. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Chip, I need you to go to our Twitter page and tag WWE and LA Knight and say LA Knight needs to come out to AJ's TNA theme song.
Yes.
Which would be great. But no, this right here is just going to be a classic wrestling match. Straight down, two super vets, guys that know how to work anything and everything.
Yes.
Have really built up this great turmoil. Friday was a little goofy with LA Knight being the security guy right by ringside. Didn't like that part, but I did like the fact that they've upgraded how people do home invasions, and somehow WWE gets their hands on police body cam footage now.
Right.
And is able to air it legally on TV. But no, they actually do it right.
At least it ain't like Brian Pillman, with Austin 316 meets Pillman 9mm Glock. I'm gonna send his sorry ass straight to hell.
But no, LA Knight and AJ Styles really have been building this up since before Rumble, I think.
Yeah, it was
right before Saudi Arabia or Saudi Arabia, right after Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
it may have been before that. Yeah,
so it's been going for close to 6 months now.
Yeah,
but no, LA Knight got the upper hand on the go home show. Or no, not yet. They have another one Friday. So yeah, LA Knight got the upper hand this last one. So AJ Styles has to this week. Most likely going to get the upper hand on him. But no, I've liked what they've done with these two guys. Like I said, excuse me, I knew that when they had the Fatal Four, that AJ and LA were going to go and do their thing. I actually didn't expect it to drag out till Mania, but I'm glad it did.
You know how mad you got to be at somebody to fly to another country on the other side of the world just to beat the shit out of them with a steel chair.
An 18-hour
you're not even on.
An 18-hour flight to go hit somebody with a chair to leave.
Yeah.
Nah. We could have done
you hate somebody that bad?
I was like, we could have done a pre-show thing or something like before, like he's about to board the plane, I'll beat him up or something, or beat him up on the plane. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not taking this damn flight literally just to go and hit somebody with a chair to leave. No.
How much money they paying you to take this 18-hour flight?
Here's the thing, though. I get to go to Australia, but I don't get to go to Australia.
You got a good point. You got a good
Nah,
point.
nah, so you gonna put me on an AGI flight? I'm going to Australia.
I'm going to Perth, so all the criminals get locked up anyway, right?
It's Australia. All of them are
Right.
criminals.
Nah, Steve Irwin wasn't a criminal.
He wasn't a criminal, but that damn stingray was. I still hit a fucking stingray in the face.
Yeah.
But no, for this one, I want to go LA Knight. He's the babyface. He's massively over. Continue his momentum. AJ doesn't need the win overall, really. LA Knight doesn't need a win either, but it just makes more sense for him to get the win.
Right.
So I'm going to go LA Knight.
I'm also going LA Knight in this one. AJ don't need the win. He's had big wins at Mania. It would not surprise me if this match opened one of the nights. I think this could be a good opener for night 2, me personally. But yeah, I got LA Knight winning this one.
I'm gonna actually disagree with you guys on this one, and I'm gonna go with AJ Styles. I don't think he needs it, but I think this angle can get drawn out a little bit more.
The backlash, maybe?
Probably the backlash in France. I think we can get a little more and get more than just like one match out of it, because you're right, Roger. This is going to be like a sleeper match. And maybe this is just me wanting to see it more. But I think, I think AJ goes over at Mania and we drag this out.
Right.
All right. I'm just ready for a good fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Talon, you said LA Knight as well, right? I can't remember.
Yeah, LA Knight, yes.
All right. So the next one is another to be arranged match, and that is the Uso battle. Jimmy versus Jay. Hopefully it's a good match. Because sometimes you get those brother matches that don't work really well, like the Hardy Boys match.
Right.
Hold on. Which particular Hardy Boys match are you talking about?
The WrestleMania one.
At WrestleMania 25, you didn't care for that one?
No.
Really?
Okay.
Not really. But this is continuing the legacy of every 10 years there's a brother fight since Owen and Brett did it.
Owen and Brett did it. No, it was 10. Owen and Brett was WrestleMania 10. It opened the show.
Then it's every 15 years then.
Yeah, because Matt.
Every 15.
Yeah, it's every
25.
Yeah, 25 was Matt and Jeff. Yeah.
Then 40. Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, every 15 years. And Matt and Jeff were in their 40s, I think, at that point. So
late 30s, early 40s, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So and they're still wrestling.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
All right, but no, Jay Uso has to win this one, but
Yes.
I'm sort of hesitant because Jimmy will have. I think more of this story will be Solo Sequoia. What is he going to do? Was he going to be a part of? Is this going to be night 1? Is it going to be night 2? Because this is going might lead up to the interference of the main event of night 1. We just don't know yet. They haven't arranged what day or anything is going to be. So a lot of factors and variables. If it's night 1, I think Jay wins clean. Night 2, Jimmy wins by interference. But
yeah,
I'm gonna go with just Jay Uso winning overall for right now. I'm not gonna be the one to be like, oh, I'll pick this one or this one, and then whatever thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think Jimmy's gonna win it. I don't know. I just got this weird feeling Jimmy's gonna win it. Solo's gonna be involved in some way. Hell, Rikishi might come out of nowhere. Or hell, maybe the brother that doesn't wrestle. Who knows? But nah,
Which one do y'all wrestle?
There's a brother that doesn't wrestle?
They have a brother that doesn't wrestle. Yeah,
Who?
let me go look real quick. I seen a picture of it earlier. Hang on a second. Let me go back here to this one part and look. All right.
Like what Samoan doesn't wrestle in that family?
Right.
Hang on, I'm fixing it. All right. Let's see. There's Solo, Jimmy, Jay, and Jeremiah. Jeremiah. I apologize. Yes, he is a wrestler. I do
That's what I was
apologize.
thinking. I was like, which one is not a wrestler?
Then
I was
this,
like,
then this picture fucking lied to me. Uh,
I was just saying,
yeah,
I don't know any of the Samoans, any of the Anoa'i family that
he
doesn't
was
wrestle.
he was known as Tamiko Fatu. He gained fame as a professional wrestler. No, that's not it. What? Wait, let me click on this because this isn't making any sense to me.
what is it, Jeremiah? What?
Jeremiah Fatu.
Jimmy Uso's brother? Wow, just Jimmy Uso's brother? Not.
I guess he threw Jay under the bus. He's like,
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a professional wrestler. Yeah.
Huh. Oh man, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah.
He
that's
has
who
his own
was, yeah.
business, but he's also a wrestler. Yeah.
Okay. And that one post I read lied to me, bitches. All right. Okay. All right, so moving on to the next one.
Yeah, I was trying to just look it up also as well.
Yeah.
But
Because
yeah,
that was a picture is like because the picture was the four of them at the house. It's like this is Jay, this is Jimmy, this is the one that doesn't wrestle, this is Solo. And I was like,
he doesn't wrestle for WWE.
Maybe he does wrestle for WWE. Maybe that's what they meant.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, they said he
That's
does
got to
wrestle,
be what
so-
they meant.
Yeah. So I went Jay, Talon went Jimmy, and Chip. Who did you go?
I'm going Jay.
Okay.
I just think all the momentum is his, and I just don't think they're going to draw that storyline out any longer.
They would have to end all of the bloodline stories at this Mania, pretty much.
Which when we get to it, I have a theory, but I think it's possible, but I will get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a
Right.
second.
So next to be announced or to be arranged is Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens triple threat match for the U.S. title. I feel like this is going to go to Randy Orton, and he's going to get the win over on Kevin Owens, leaving Logan Paul sort of in the clear, unfortunately.
No, I think it's going to lean. I think Kevin's going to pick it up, and the only reason why is because I mean they've been basically running this angle through since like the Rumble, you know,
Also
and
before that.
well, even before that. Orton, I think, got thrown into this just to give Orton something to do for Mania. Orton really doesn't. He doesn't need the title. He doesn't need the win. He doesn't really need the rub of any kind. But I do think, like what I said previously, I think Owens is going to probably end up winning it, and then Logan will eventually, because SummerSlam is going to be in Cleveland this year. I'm thinking it's going to be something to where like he's going to end up being. He's going to end up probably getting a title shot at SummerSlam. Whether
Money
it's
in the
against
bank.
I don't know. What when you think he'll
Him
win?
win.
That's a possibility too. I just
Yeah,
know.
I can
If he-
see
could he
him
cash
winning
in
Money
Cleveland?
the Bank.
Could he
Yeah,
cash
cash
in
in-
in Cleveland?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that would be good.
because that's SummerSlam.
I dig that. I dig
The
that.
the wild theory of Logan Paul winning Money in the Bank, cashing in at SummerSlam,
In
which would-
Cleveland, in his hometown.
which would be no, it would still be before Hogan's title reign is broken because that's August and Roman has to go into September. Damn it! What if he still breaks Roman's title run?
Oh, well, who said he would
How-
have? Well, who said he would go after Roman? Why couldn't he go after the world heavyweight title at that point?
SmackDown.
Well, I mean,
He has he can flip over, but I think he signed to SmackDown. Like I think,
I
he's
think he
exclusive.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he prefers to work Fridays.
yeah,
yeah.
because he has to do his podcast throughout the week. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
but let's
But
go
overall-
back to reality.
Overall, I do think Owens is going to end up winning the belt because of the story that they've had over the last several months. I think he'll end up being the one to win. Like I said, Orton doesn't need it. Orton really doesn't want it. I mean, let Owens have his comeuppance with
Yeah.
Logan at that point, you know, and then have Logan do other things.
So I think Logan keeps the title because at first you're gonna have Randy and Kevin working together blah 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 blah. There's going to be some mishaps, whatever. And I think that Logan capitalizes on that. Like one of them hitting their finish on the other, capitalizes on it, and keeps. I think he retains the title, because it's what is not expected.
That makes sense. I can
I
see
mean,
that.
that's just my opinion.
No, I can see it. I can see it though. I respect your opinion, brother. All right, so you got
I got Randy Orton. You got
and I
Kevin
got
Owens,
Owens.
and he's got Logan Paul. Look at that.
So
The Triforce.
the Triforce, exactly.
I'm
right.
Link. You're Princess P or Zelda. Wow, fuck me, just messed it up. You're Princess Zelda, and Chip is Ganon.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'll be Ganondorf.
No,
Can I-
you're Ganon. You're a pig.
Can I at least be Sheik instead of Zelda?
No.
Well, fuck you. I'm Sheik. All right, moving on to the next one.
Next one is the one we touched on earlier: Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control. I want to say there's just kind of suspicious that they have 3 black people going against 3 Southeast Asian women. So
Yeah, but I think
Survivor Series '97 all over again.
without too much backstory, I think Bianca, Jade, and Naomi win this
remember,
one.
yeah, this is Jade's WrestleMania debut,
Her coming out party, her debutante
Yeah,
ball, if you will.
and I think it's going to also set up Bianca and Jade with the pissing contest, pretty much.
Well, I think what we're gonna get first will be them as a tag team,
And beat the Kabuki Warriors for the tag
and I think
titles.
they'll beat the Kabuki Warriors for the tag titles. I think that's where we're going with this, but ultimately, yeah, I think that
It has to be Jade and Bianca at next WrestleMania, right? At this point, like
I think
the rumor,
so. Yes.
Well, you would think so, but the current, because here's the thing: Bianca originally, if you go back and you read all the shit, originally Bianca's opponent was supposed to be Charlotte Flair, but then when Charlotte got injured, they NX'd that, and now they're doing this whole other thing. Would you?
I don't believe that rumor.
You don't think it would have happened? No.
Charlotte would have been going for the title. I think it would have been her and Rhea Ripley Part 3 at WrestleMania.
That would have been okay.
Mm.
What about would you want Jade Cargill and Charlotte? I mean, say what you want about her.
For what?
I'm just saying. I mean, or does it have to be a title match if Charlotte Flair's involved with it? Does it have to be a title match?
I'm confused. What are we
Or
talking
can it
about
just
right
be a
now?
match?
I was saying that
Matches for next year's WrestleMania.
No, I was saying this year's WrestleMania was supposed to be Rhea and Charlotte for the title, Part 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was.
I had heard that it was going to be Bianca versus Charlotte for the title this year.
It wouldn't have made sense because I mean Rhea and Charlotte had to have that rubber match.
I think they could have the rubber match. Well, wait, Charlotte Flair was on SmackDown. Rhea was on Raw. How would that work?
Because Judgment Day is on both brands.
Okay.
Yeah, they do cross promotion all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, it literally would have been the 3rd WrestleMania match for the title between the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But no, for this year, for WrestleMania 41, I feel like the tension story build up long term is Jade versus Bianca for their. It doesn't have to be for a title or anything. It's just them having their best competitor match.
I'm fine with that.
But yeah,
she progresses.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna have a year of build up, and she's actually gonna work women that can work overall and push her. That's the thing she's gonna have to learn is, hey, these girls are gonna work with you, but you want to get up to their level.
Yeah.
But we're all going with Bianca, Jade, and Naomi, right?
Yep.
Pretty
Correct.
easy, yeah. So next to be arranged match is such a stupid match in my opinion. The Fake World Order, which is Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santo Escobar and Dom Mysterio or Dirty Dom. I don't know why he still has Mysterio on his name.
I don't know why they're doing. Why rehash the fucking Mysterio angle again? Like,
Well, they never really finished the Mysterio angle.
Because Because Ray got hurt.
But yeah, because Ray got hurt. But I don't, I just don't understand it as a tag match.
Because I don't think Ray's 100%.
I don't think he is. But then you just push it to SummerSlam. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I just.
I mean, it's not like. Go ahead.
I was to say, I think Ray and Dragon Lee win. But
Go ahead.
but I also don't care.
This match was literally thrown together last minute, and yeah, you want Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania if you can get Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania, but you have the real you have regular Rey Mysterio, then you have Wish Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. You gotta sell the mask for them kids, man. You gotta sell the mask.
Yeah,
but Santos
he's not
Escobar,
wrong.
But Santos Escobar is literally being wasted in this match. He should be definitely having a better match against somebody. I mean, Rey Mysterio he's hurt all the time. He's always been hurt. That's his issues. He's too injury prone because he's too small and he drives too much stuff. And Dragon Lee, who cares?
They're forcing Dragon Lee.
Yeah, they are. They need the next masked wrestler. That's all they've ever since Rey Mysterio. After Rey Mysterio won at Mania and he got injured too many times after that, they're like, oh, we got to find another masked guy to sell masks to children, and they keep trying and trying and trying. But
if it was Legado del Fantasma versus like Joaquin Wilde, Cruz del Toro, and Rey Mysterio in a 6-man, then I'm fine with that because at least those guys can take the majority of the. I mean, Dragon Lee can take the majority of the bumps. That's fine, but I mean.
I wouldn't even have it that way. I'd have it be I still have Carlito, Joaquin Wilde, Cruz del Toro. I hate their stupid names so much.
Why not go back to Raul Mendoza? Like, what was wrong with that name?
They don't want to use those Indian names and be able to trademark their own name and blah 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 blah. But and then Dragon Lee with Rey Mysterio outside as the manager of LA. And then Santos Escobar and his and them and Dirty Dom be the fourth mystery partner coming in. That way you can still have the Mysterio angle. Dom causes them to lose because he goes after Ray and they're down a person, and then Humberto takes the pin or something like that. Something that way. But this match is forced. Nobody wants to see it. It's going to be booed just because it's going to get booed because nobody wants it. This is not what they want. Like I said, Santos Escobar is being wasted. Hell, you could even have him versus just Andrade. That'd have been a freaking spectacular match. But no, we're doing this. Yeah,
I mean, I think Mysterio and Dragon Lee more than likely are probably going to pick up the win. I don't think they should because if you want to do something with Santos, you're going to have to do it like
now.
Or what can you do? What else can you do with him?
What has this build up for the last 5, 6, 7 months been for?
Almost a year, almost.
Well, SummerSlam.
Well, SummerSlam. Well, whenever Santos made the turn.
I think it was SummerSlam.
I think it was.
I thought it was after SummerSlam. I thought it was right before Survivor Series.
I thought it was SummerSlam. Let me double check.
Well, in that time frame, he flipped. So yeah, I get it. But I don't think it's going to change anything. I still think they're going to figure out a way to slide Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee over.
Yeah.
So Crown Jewel, which was...
He turned on him on that SmackDown after Crown Jewel because Rey Mysterio lost the U.S. title to Logan Paul that night.
No, he lost it at Crown Jewel.
That's what I'm saying. But the SmackDown after
November 4th.
Yeah, so November. Okay, yes. Damn, it was way after Survivor Series.
Yeah. So it's been running longer than I thought. So that's all the to be announced matches, I believe. Or to be arranged, not to be announced, but to be arranged.
Yeah. Well, the Pride versus Final Testament.
That's on a set date.
It's not set yet.
Oh shoot! I refreshed the page and they actually have the lineups for the most part.
Oh, for real?
Oh, they actually have all the lineup. Okay.
Hold on. Well, hang on. Let me refresh too so I can see it.
So night one is Rhea Ripley. Opening up was Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
What?
Yeah. Of course you open up with that one.
Okay. No, I'm not saying what in terms of I don't want this to happen. I'm saying what, like, holy shit, take my money. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Then second match, Gunther versus Sami Zayn, which is gonna be such a hard follow after that women's match.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Mhm.
Then the 6-pack ladder match, Jimmy versus Jay, Bianca, Jade, and Naomi versus Damage Control. The LWO versus Santo Escobar is the co-main event of the night.
I guess you got to have that bathroom break match, right?
You couldn't put Gunther and actually you couldn't put Gunther versus Sami Zayn right before that main event.
I honestly thought Rhea and Becky would have been semi-main.
No, because you can't have the crowd be too hot going into that one and then slowing down because The Rock can't keep up.
That's true. That's true.
You could put Jimmy versus Jay right before it. It's a perfect lead up into it.
That could work too. Yeah.
But yeah, then so going on, now we do have arrangements. Night one, the Bloodline versus Rhodes and Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. This is also another one I need you to tweet out to WWE. I need you to tweet out, hey, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins dressed up like this, and then have the picture of Magnum TA and Dusty Rhodes in the fur coats, and just have them say,
yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
I love that promo so much, man. The flyest dudes in the world right there.
Mhm.
But no, the Bloodline versus Cody and Seth, or should we say The Rock versus Cody with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
That's basically what it's turned into.
The Rock literally can't go anywhere without making it about himself.
Which I think is probably what's going to end up being the downfall of this match, or the downfall of the Bloodline in this match, right? I
think, unfortunately, Roman Reigns is taking the fall.
Roman Reigns takes the. I don't know about that one. I don't know.
I don't think they have Roman get pinned 2 nights in a row.
Yeah,
Roman's not getting pinned 2 nights in a row.
That's why I think The Rock takes the fall here. Actually, I'm wondering.
The Rock ain't taking the fall.
I think he would take the fall.
No.
I've been mulling this over I've been mulling this over in my head. I think the Bloodline wins. And the night 2 main event is a Bloodline rules match.
This is going to be a.
Does Cody take the fall, or does Seth take the fall?
Seth
would have to be. Seth would have to take the fall, right? Because you'd have to. I mean, would McIntyre be the reason he takes the fall?
No,
it's very possible.
No, because I don't think McIntyre's lead up has been that he wants to win against a 100% Seth. So he wants to make sure that nothing happens to Seth.
But he's also a very hypocritical heel in the situation as well, because we've seen footage of him backstage talking to Paul Heyman. You know, like, but how does that sales pitch work? Like, hey, listen, I know we fucked you at Clash at the Castle, but you do us this solid for us, like,
same way the Judgment Day somehow got him to work with them.
That's
after
true.
they screwed him over.
No, I'm not disagreeing at all. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
McIntyre is this very hypocritical heel. He's the trying to think of what archetype would that be in this sense. Someone who does whatever he has to do, and then always feels like there's justification behind his actions.
The ultimate opportunist.
Yeah,
Edge. There you go.
But he's not going in around it the Edge way, I guess, by literally just shoehorning himself into the match by just, hey, I'm a villain and I'm going to do what I want to do.
Right.
But no. So in my mind, WWE does this with The Rock and Roman Reigns going over, Seth Rollins taking the fall, leading up to Cody Rhodes having to battle the whole Bloodline, and that's his big moment. He fought off the Bloodline and he still won. Yay, everybody cheer, your baby face won, the one that you guys stopped caring about, and then we forced back into this event. We've had him literally just get his ass whooped and have him crying on TV.
I mean, they're with him though.
They are
Crowds,
now.
the crowd.
They weren't with him when he was going against Shinsuke because they didn't give a damn.
No, I agree with that. But
So-
did they not give a damn because it was the story that it was, or they just didn't give a
His
damn?
momentum died. Nobody cared for a little bit.
Yeah, but they care now, and that's the part. That's when you need to strike with the iron's hot. If Cody here's the thing, if Cody doesn't win the title at Mania, I don't want to see this story played again and again and again. Like I thought it was going to happen last year, you know, and then it's like, okay, we're just going to set it up for next year's Mania because it's going to be so much more impactful. Here's the thing, I'm not even sure now because I think it was, I can't remember who said it on television. He was like, yeah, it would be great for Cody to finish his story, but right now Roman is at the top of his game right now, and why would you stop that momentum dead in its tracks?
Yeah, exactly.
Here's
So I
the
don't
thing.
think-
Here's what I want to know. What the fuck is Cody's story?
There is no story. They're just using that as a slogan.
That's what I'm saying. You know, because the story was I made the triumphant return to WWE after being away and setting the indies ablaze and creating this whole new company that's the drizzling shits.
Then I come back and have a match against the best worker in the business, so he could put me over, so people could think I still work.
So
Then I
you
blew
put
my
me over
titty out.
3 times.
Then I blew my
3
titty out.
times.
Yeah. And since
Kudos
then
to
I've
him for
worked
working
against.
with that black. Kudos to him for working with the purple titty. That thing looked ugh.
But then again, it's like, oh yeah, how can we make him seem like he's still at the top of his game? We have him go work against other guys that are the best in the business instead of mid card guys to see how he actually works.
Yeah.
Because we put him with Finn Balor to Judgment Day, and then we put him with against Shinsuke, and then we put him back against Roman. So hey, where's the justification here for him to be the guy?
Right. I mean, I get it. The prodigal son returns home, and all the biblical analogies and all that sort of stuff.
When
I get
was
it.
he ever the prodigal son?
That was the whole. Like, hey, hold on! Don't attack me. I'm just. These are
I'm not
theories. These are theories. Okay.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying. When was he ever? He was never the prodigal son. Vince never gave 2 shits about Cody Rhodes. That's why he put him in that stupid ass Stardust gimmick.
That's bad.
I love the Stardust gimmick though.
Did you though?
Yes, I actually did.
Okay.
Especially with him and Goldust were together.
Yes, and that's
Okay.
the thing.
That pairing worked. Yeah.
I have to give Cody kudos to making that gimmick work when it was not supposed to.
Yeah. But then Cody leaving, basically saying they never wanted anything to do with me anyway. I'll just bet on myself. Went to Japan, went to Ring of Honor, did all these big independents, and then.
But the thing is, he did the same thing WED guys do. We go to the indies and we book ourselves over.
Yeah.
The name guy.
Yeah. But, I guess because he does have the lineage of Dusty and he's carrying Dusty's legacy with him, basically, I guess.
And he's using it as a crutch because he can't work without his dad's name.
I'm just saying.
I know, but it's always been my thing with Cody. Is like, I don't believe, like I say every time, I don't believe in Cody. He's a good worker. Congrats, you can work in wrestling. You should be able to work in wrestling because your dad and brother can.
Yeah.
If you couldn't be a wrestler, hey, I don't know what would have been in for you. But
I don't know either.
But when we saw you at the other company that you started, you couldn't work. But you come back here and you can work. So is it you?
I think that had a lot to do with the people he was surrounding himself with, more so than because let's be honest, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Nick and Matt Jackson cannot
Garbage.
work to save their fucking life.
That's not true. FTR made them work their ass off one time.
One time out of how many matches?
Hey, they were able to work one match.
A blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. I mean, a
Well,
dead
you know,
clock's
I'm
right
blind
twice a
squirrels.
day. So.
I mean, yeah, but what I'm saying is like, it wasn't the people he put himself against because he still worked other people. Him and Sammy had a decent match. Him and MJF had a good story.
But was that more? But was that MJF or was that Cody?
I said it was a good
It
story. I
definitely
said it was a
was
good match.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It was MJF,
Yeah.
you know?
So that's what I'm saying. It's
And I
like,
swear to God, I know it's April Fool's Day. I swear if I see one more post, MJF signs a multi-year contract, shut the F up.
but like I
Like,
said, with Cody, it's
trying to be nice.
when it's up for you to be the leader, the ring general, the leader, and everything, your matches are flat. They are nothing. They're boring. There's just move after move after move, going from point A to point B. There's no story in it. Besides you're doing the generic, oh, you beat me up. Oh, I do one move, it's over, crossroads.
I do
Cool.
think it's going to be a little bit more cinematic at WrestleMania because of the parties involved with this match. I think that's probably I think that's probably what it's going to end up being.
You mean
is
theatrical?
Theatrical, cinematic, same thing, different.
Well, cinematic would have been pre-recorded.
Okay, well, good point. You got me on there, but it's cinema regardless. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what you're watching, which is, giving these, because honestly, this is one of those, like I thought we knew last year that Cody was going to win and he didn't.
Hey,
This
I said
year,
nope. I said no.
I say we in terms of like the grand scheme of people, the general audience, the overall
Cody
wrestling fan
Crybabies,
base.
the
Cody
Crybabies.
Crybabies, yes. I can honestly say this year, I really do not know which way it's going to go. And I'm okay with that. Like, I kind of want to be left in the dark on some shit. Like this particular match, I want to be left in the dark. I don't know I don't know if Cody and Seth are going to win. I don't know if Rock and Roman are going to win. Either way, I do think it makes more sense for I do think it makes more sense for The Rock and Roman to win so that it builds up that
I beat the whole bloodline by myself. I did it with
I don't think he's not going to do it by himself.
My daddy's spirit was with me, and then I did it myself. I bled his blood in the ring, and I won it.
He's not going to do it by himself. I don't think he's going to do it by himself because bloodline rules means there's no disqualification. Anything can happen. They didn't say nobody else can interfere in the match. There's plenty up in me. Obviously, Jay's going to probably try to, go after Jimmy. John Cena, that he's been rumored to be there, saying he might go and try to get Solo.
This and him and the
Steve Austin,
and
MJF.
I heard Perry the Platypus is taking his break there to be there.
So here's what would make sense. This is what would make sense.
Go ahead, Chip.
If what happens is the bloodline go over and the night 2 main event is bloodline rules, the one thing that I personally want to see is the return of Goldust.
Would that happen? Would think Tony Khan would actually let Dustin go and do that
after just having a match?
Isn't his contract like?
Oh, he just had a match.
Yeah, he just had a match on what, Collision?
Yeah, one of the weekend shows, Friday, Saturday, or whatever show.
Yeah, so Tony Khan, especially with everything that's going on.
Tony's not letting him out of that contract right now.
The full arms race between WWE and AEW, or at least with the fans, at least, and Tony Khan, and want to be.
We don't believe in dope addicts having sensibility. All right.
No, that's true. But yeah, no. For this match, I got the bloodline over.
For story purposes, like I said, it makes sense for the bloodline to win. So when Cody has his big win, he beat the whole bloodline by himself. He's bleeding, crying in the ring. Everybody comes in, swarms in, holds him up. Yeah, you did it. You're just like your dad, except you're not as good as your dad, and rather promos on wrestling. Yay! But yeah, bloodline wins night 1.
Chip. Yeah. Okay.
All right, night 2. They apparently have the opening match is Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
As your opener? Okay.
Yep.
Start with the match. Start with the world title. End with the world title. Okay, I get it.
After that, we have Io versus Bayley. Oh, hold on. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I have Seth Rollins still winning.
Go ahead, Chip. I think you and me might have the same.
I've got Drew going over.
Do not forget that CM Punk is at ringside.
That's why I have Drew going over.
Exactly.
to continue the feud with Punk.
I have it with because Punk wants Rollins. Drew McIntyre was just thrown in there as the caveat for his injury, but he has real beef with Rollins.
I think it's going to end up being McIntyre. And in a surprise, I think what's going to end up happening is McIntyre finally got his WrestleMania moment, finally won the title in front of everybody in a big ass arena. And here comes Damian Priest. Either he cashes in that night or he waits and he does it at the Raw after Mania. That's what I think is going to happen because he has till July to cash it. So what better time to do it than either at Mania or the Raw after Mania? It makes sense to do it in this time frame.
The only way it makes sense for the Raw after Mania is that Seth Rollins and Drew have a rematch, and Drew still wins, but after it, Rollins hits him like a curb stomp or two.
Either that or if Rollins wins and he's so pissed, McIntyre's so pissed off, he just beats the shit out of him with a chair or whatever. As he's walking up the ramp, here comes Damian. Kind of like the way when CM Punk cashed in his Money in the Bank on Edge, Batista beat down Edge before Punk made.
Well, now that I think about it, he still has Judgment Day that can beat the crap out of whoever wins this match.
No, you got a point there too. Yeah.
Because he actually has a group, and if Damian Priest and Finn Balor lose the tag title like we expect them to do, they have to do it because they're putting another title in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm going Rollins. You guys are going McIntyre.
I'm gonna go McIntyre. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna go Rollins, just because I feel like it make no. Because I feel like, damn, this one's harder than I thought. Because I can understand McIntyre winning because Rollins is going to be in the main event of night 1, and then now he's opening night 2. I don't see how. Golly.
That's that babyface. That's that babyface shine right there, though.
I guess so, but I mean, still though, that's. But then what does that say about McIntyre? Like, what does it say about McIntyre?
He had his time as a heel, and now he's a heel.
No, I mean it's like.
But I still think CM Punk's interfering though. So
Yeah, I don't think Punk is still interfering.
I don't think McIntyre's losing clean or something like he can't do the job. I feel like Punk's gonna interfere and cause a distraction, and he was gonna go for Rollins or something like that, and ends up hitting Drew or something, and that still continued Drew and Rollins for a while.
Either that or it gives Damian a reason to cash in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right. I'm gonna stick to my original guns. I'm gonna stick with McIntyre to win it. I'll see what happens. So I'm gonna stick with McIntyre.
Chipper.
All right. So I'm gonna reverse my decision, and this is why. I think Rollins. I think Rollins retains. They do a rematch the night after. Rollins retains again. That's when Drew beats the dog shit out of him and Damian cashes in.
It's going to be within that 24 to 48 hour span, I think.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So two Rollins, one McIntyre.
Yeah.
Next up, we already went through was Io Sky and Bayley. We all said Bayley. Next after that, LA Knight and AJ Styles. We all went LA Knight. Then Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. We all each picked somebody different. I went Orton. Tyler went Kevin Owens, and Chip went Logan Paul.
Yes.
Then before the co-main event of that night, it's the Pride versus the Final Testament in a Philadelphia street fight.
And nobody gives a shit.
Thing is, this could be a really, really good match, but it did not need to be a 6-man street fight.
They've been building it up good on SmackDown, though. They've made
some
people
really
actually
well.
care.
Yeah. I'm excited for it because I'm just a huge fan of Karrion Kross in general.
Yeah.
I love Bobby Lashley, Dawkins, and Ford, and Authors of Pain are good, but it's been a while since we've seen them actually work. So let's see what they can actually do. Again,
who do you have over in it?
It has to go. Unfortunately, it has to go to Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford. They're the established ones, and they need a win. I feel bad because I just don't want it to be the Final Testament being built up just to go into purgatory and have nothing really going for them.
No. See, that's why I'm thinking I'm going to go with Final Testament to win this one, and then have it moved to
Backlash, maybe.
To Backlash, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I want to drag it out like another month or so, but I feel like
It's
actually Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford need a WrestleMania match win.
Okay, I can see what you're saying on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go? Are you going with the Pride too, Chip?
Yeah. I would much rather it be Carrion and the Arthurs of Pain, but I just think that it's gonna be the Pride.
What's gonna be sick is Karrion Kross's intro though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's gonna be a sick.
It's gonna be sick.
It's a WrestleMania intro, man.
And then the final match is the heated debate of the internet wrestling community of Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and whatever match it is, doesn't matter, bloodline or no bloodline. I want it to be Roman Reigns. I really do. I want Roman to go through and hold that title and beat Hogan's title. Just to have that in my generation. But I don't like Cody. It's a simple fact. I don't like him. I don't think he's that great of a wrestler. He's not a bad wrestler. He's just not a great wrestler. He's a good mid-card wrestler. And I don't think he should be winning this. But knowing WWE, they've gotta put it on Cody after building up for 2 years now. But I'm still gonna say Roman Reigns regardless.
Here is my question to you. If Roman wins, where do you go from here?
Don't matter. You have him and you can have him. What we could do is have Roman Reigns win. Say he wins it, say he wins it. He's the tribal chief. He's head of the table, blah, blah, blah. And from right there, you turn straight to The Rock, turning on Roman Reigns. And we're doing Roman versus Rock.
Okay. It's not a bad. Is it Rock turning on Reigns or is it Reigns turning on Rock?
Reigns turning on Rock, kicking him out of the bloodline, saying he wasn't part of the bloodline, blah, blah, blah. He wanted to call himself Final Boss, but Final Boss is nothing, the head of the table, tribal chief, blah, 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 kind of thing. My thing is, if Cody wins, where do you go from here?
Do you move him over to SmackDown? You'd have to.
You have to.
And then what do you do on SmackDown with him? Who's next?
God, who is next? I mean, I guess you could do him versus Orton, I guess, but that's
clearly
baby.
There's going to be a rematch at some point. They'll probably draw that out to SummerSlam,
and then a match will probably end up happening at SummerSlam, to which Logan Paul cashes in his Money in the Bank.
My thing is, everybody wants Cody to win, but what do you do next? Like, nobody's ready. Everybody wants it now. Oh yeah, it's time. But with Roman, you already have what's next. You have The Rock lined up.
Yeah. Which is why I think Cody will probably end up winning it, because at least Roman and Rock is what's going to happen next. With Cody, I'm not sure. Again, this is going back to what we talked about earlier in the program. I'd like knowing that I don't know what's coming up next, because I can either be like, hey, okay, that's a pretty cool concept, or they're going that direction with it. Why? I want to be in a state of influx.
I understand that, but I also don't want a build up to a title reign to have the guy win the title and it to be dick ass because they don't have any plans.
Well, we don't know what their plans are to begin with, so
but
we'll see what happens.
That's what I'm saying. But on SmackDown, who do you pair him up with next? Because how do you justify if Orton's not winning if he doesn't win the U.S. title, how do you justify him being next in line when he couldn't beat Logan Paul and Kevin Owens?
You got a good point. I mean, but if Logan loses the title, how do you justify giving him? Nah, they won't do Shinsuke again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we do Shinsuke again.
Could you build up younger guys like an Austin Theory or Grayson Waller? Could you do something with LA Knight or AJ Styles? I mean,
but here's the thing: if you do LA Knight, you kill all his momentum because you have to turn him heel.
AJ Styles, then?
If he loses to LA Knight, it doesn't make sense. But if he wins against LA Knight, then yeah, he has
justification before it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. With Roman, the person doesn't need justification or anything. They're just next in line.
and then just let the fans decide how it goes.
Yeah. That's the thing with the way they built Roman Reigns up. You don't have to have a reason to be the guy going against Roman. You're just next in line because in his absence, you've won matches.
Yeah.
So would they do the same thing with Cody? Or would Cody be the type to be there every single week?
Cody will be there every single week.
Which means it's going to end up getting monotonous. It's going to end up getting stale real quickly, and then it's eventually going to not flip him heel, but it'll eventually flip. The crowd will end up flipping. I'm like, all right, we worked for you.
It'll expose him.
We wanted you to have this championship. Now that you have the championship, what are you going to do now?
It'll expose him because he's not Rollins. He can't have a match with everybody.
That you got a point there.
Like that's the issue. Like everybody, like I said, everybody wants Cody, but what do you want Cody to do afterwards? What is next?
Yeah.
Who do we line up next? Who do we justify this? Or do we have Damian Priest beat Cody immediately that night and that's our build-up? Is Damian Priest and Cody Rhodes for the next few months till Roman Reigns and Rock is done and Roman Reigns comes back and
yeah.
I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like with Roman, at least it's a clear path.
Yeah.
It may not be likable. It may not be what we think we want right now, but at least everything he's done right now has worked so far. Every person he's gone against, we've been, you know what? That's good. That worked.
Yeah. But and a lot of times it's hit and miss too. A lot of times you look at
which one's been missed really.
No. I'm not talking about this storyline particularly. I'm talking about in wrestling in general. A lot of times you'll see matches and you're excited for the match and then it disappoints you. And then there's matches where you don't think that match is going to be good at all and it ends up being the best match on the card. You know? So I mean it's the way the business is. So I mean, could Cody pull if he wins the belt, could he pull off a good angle with somebody else that comes in? Like, yeah, he probably could, but is it going to be more predictable than like a Roman thing? Because at least with some Roman Reigns matches, there was a possibility he could lose this match.
Yeah.
You know, the match with him and Jey Uso at SummerSlam. Like, I generally thought Jey was picking up the win. And then the whole thing with Jimmy happens, and it's like, oh, they're stretching this shit all the way to WrestleMania. You know, so like, you don't know in the grand scheme of things.
And my thing is, with Roman, you could set up triple threats and fatal fours with anybody and make it make sense. With Cody Rhodes, you're just doing that to protect him.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, Cody he's just the dude. He doesn't bring anything special. He has long, boring promos that lead to nothing. And then he has the average match where he throws off a cool finisher, but he can't pace himself with other people all the time. People have to go at his pace, not the other way around.
Right.
Roman can go at anybody's pace because he can easily slow down with one big move and then just does the classic heel thing of just looking around and talk to himself and brag and then just beat the crap out of somebody and then just take a hit here and there and make that momentum go back. Rollins literally can go 100 miles an hour. There's no stopping him until his knee goes out. So
he's got a point there.
But like Rollins can work anybody in any style. If he's going against a mid-card guy that we didn't think was good enough, he's going to make them look like $1 million and still do all the high-flying flips and cool stuff to make the other guy look, oh, cool. Or like McIntyre, he's going to be the underdog, and he's going to have to both slow down and then pick up the pace to get the advantage and then get cut off and then find a way to end up doing the curve stomp or the pedigree.
Rollins made Omos look good.
Yeah, you think to do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
You do know. Don't play like you do.
They haven't wrestled each other. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. You know.
Okay. Yes.
You know.
I know.
If there's a line of people we can put up there and be like, can Cody Rhodes make this person look good? Yes or no? You're gonna be like, nah.
But at least it's a conversation. It ain't a straight no. It's just
with Omos is a straight no.
Omos it might be a straight no. Yeah.
But no, I want Roman Reigns to win this one. I want to go with Roman Reigns, even though he's probably not going to win. I'm going to take that no matter what, like I did last year. I'm going to go Roman Reigns.
As much as I would love for Roman to continue this reign of dominance and surpass Hulk Hogan and all this good shit, man, I got to be realistic about it. They've been pushing this Cody story for 2 years. It's got to be Cody.
I'm gonna stick to my guns, and I'm gonna say Roman Reigns wins this one.
So, like, I'm trying to think, like, so Hulk Hogan's title reign was a babyface run.
Yes.
When's the last time we had such a long term heel run like that's ran this long? I mean, I know Triple H had it for a while.
CM Punk was in the modern era was the longest reigning heel champion.
Well, no, because he started out as a babyface. Halfway through his run, he changed to heel.
Right. So for half of that run, he was a heel.
Babyface and half was heel, yeah.
Yeah, but that was still the longest. But that was still
run.
the longest heel run as the champion.
With Roman, it's been straight heel run. Like, when's the last time we've had a straight heel run?
Well, hang on, I'm looking it up right now.
Iron Sheik.
Yeah, but his Sheik streak wasn't that long, was it? It was what? Hang on, let me go look real quick.
I think Triple H is the only one I can think of, but wasn't it?
I mean, the Reign of Terror didn't last that long, did it?
Hang
on, I'm going. All right, list of WWE champions. I'm going to Reigns. Hang on. All right, so say what now?
Did he not win it at WrestleMania and put it?
Who are you talking about, Roman?
You're cutting in and out.
You're cutting in and out, Roger.
Triple
H was awarded the World Heavyweight Championship. You're talking about the Reign of Terror, right?
Yeah.
He was awarded the championship after Brock Lesnar signed an exclusivity contract to SmackDown. He brought the WWE Championship over to SmackDown, the Undisputed Championship over to SmackDown, which pissed Eric Bischoff off. He was the general manager of Raw at the time, and he decided he was going to bring back the big gold belt and bring back the World Heavyweight Championship and awarded it to Triple H. I don't exactly know when that. I know it was in 2002 when that happened, but I'm not 100% sure about the date that it happened. Give me 1 second. I'll do a little googly search real quick. All right, yeah, it'd be the WWE World. Yeah, WWE World. All right. Yeah, okay, 2002 to 2003. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. Triple H was awarded the championship. Okay, here it is. It says, after the WWE Undisputed Championship became exclusive to the SmackDown brand, Raw general manager Eric Bischoff created the World Heavyweight Championship to be the world title for Raw and awarding it to Triple H, who was originally the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, which at that point dropped the Undisputed moniker. At No Mercy on October 20th, 2022, I'm sorry. At No Mercy on October 20th, 2002, Triple H defeated Intercontinental Champion Kane to unify both championships. And it was September 2nd, 2002 on Raw in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and that reign only lasted 67 days. That's when he lost it to Michaels. Michaels had it for a month, and then Triple H picked it back up in December, held it for 280 days, dropped it to Goldberg, who held it for 84 days. I had no idea his run was that fucking long. And then Triple H held it for 91 days after that. Benoit had it. Orton had it. Then Triple H picked it back up, had an 85-day reign. And then the championship was vacated after a double pinfall had occurred in a triple threat match between Edge and Benoit. And then he picked it right back up again and had a 84-day reign before he dropped it to Batista at WrestleMania 21.
Yeah, who was the...
He didn't pick up the championship again until no, that was it. Because in 2013 they unified the championships. So that was probably the last time he was champion.
I don't see the longest actual long-term heel run.
As far as like actual days recognized,
maybe Lesnar, but
I don't
He was
know.
winning. He won it and lost it intermittently. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, Triple H had his second reign during that reign of terror was 280 days, but uh, but as far as like just straight heel title reigns, I don't think there has been a longer one because there's only been 4 other guys. Wait, was Pedro Morales a heel or was he a babyface?
he was a babyface, was he? Because he was the minority champion.
All right, Chip. Think he was a babyface?
I believe so, but wasn't
because
he-
there's only 4 guys who have held who's held the title longer: Bruno, Hogan, Backlund. Because Backlund was a babyface also, wasn't he?
He started out, but I don't know if it was when he turned baby or heel.
No. He was still a babyface because he lost the Sheik. He lost the title to Sheik. This was right before the Hogan run.
Okay.
Yeah. And Bruno was champion for 8 years.
Yeah.
So let me go back to the original thing I was looking at. All right, here we go. Yeah. Reigns.
I think it has to be Lesnar, but like I said, Lesnar won it intermittently back and forth, so I don't even know.
Yeah, say Bob Backlund was champion for 648 days. That's the original WWE Heavyweight Championship. Hogan was champion. Hogan was champion for 1,474 days. Bruno still has the longest reign at 2,803 days. So, in order for Roman to pass Bruno,
He won't.
I know he won't, but in order for him to pass Bruno, he would have to have held the championship until what, 2029,
But
2030?
that's combined though. I don't do combined because Bruno's
Okay.
longest reign was like 2,000 days.
Yeah, that was his. His longest reign was the 2,000-day run. It was his first run.
2,803 days. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
Thank
what
God
I'm
they
saying.
were working one match a year at that point.
Yeah, he had what, over 200 and something title defenses in that time frame. No, had to been more than that. Twice a year to 24. It doesn't give on this wiki. It doesn't give like title defenses, which I think it should. Be honest with you. His second reign, Bruno's second reign was 1,237 days.
So he beat Buddy Rogers, 48 seconds. Then 2 months later, they have a tag match.
But he won the fictional tournament in Rio de Janeiro. Yeah,
I think you're saying how many times he defended it.
It doesn't show here how many times he defended the title. I mean, you would assume he was defending it like every other week or something.
No, he wasn't working that much. I bet you.
No, I mean, I don't know. But anyway. But yeah, but overall for WrestleMania, well, let's start off with NXT Stand and Deliver first. What do you guys think is going to be the match of the night at Stand and Deliver?
Carmelo and Trick?
Carmelo
Yeah.
and Trick. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're unanimous across that board. What about wrestling? Since we have the night 1 and night 2 cards separated, what about night 1? How do y'all feel about who's going to steal the show night 1?
Yeah, Becky maybe.
I gotta go back and look. I was on a different page.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the majority of the focus will probably be on Bloodline, Rhodes, and Rollins, but
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
not going to be match of the
that's
night.
going to be a match of the night. No.
No.
Match of the night is going to be for night 1, probably Gunther and Sammy.
See, I'm going. I think Jimmy and Jay might pull off a
I just
surpriser.
don't. I don't think it's going to be as good as we are expecting.
It's Gunther. He doesn't have bad matches.
I think no, he was talking to me. I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I was talking to you, Talon. I think it's either going to be between Rhea, Becky, Gunther, and Sammy.
We'll certainly see what happens. Night 2, LA Knight, AJ Styles,
Mm,
Paul Orton, Owens being a sleeper.
because Logan Paul doesn't have a match either.
No. Yeah, I think it's gonna. I think that it's either AJ,
I think
LA
LA
Knight,
Knight and
or
AJ Styles.
I think that's my vote too. But it wouldn't surprise me if Logan, Orton, and Owens have a good one.
A classic 15-minute wrestling match between those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a clinic. We call it the 20-minute clinics, as we call them. I don't know if it'll go that long. Although AJ Styles does have like long matches. Like I think the shortest match he had was like a 16-minute match at Mania. I want to say.
Against Shane?
No, I think they may have been Shane. Yeah. No, because him and Jericho only went like 12 or 13. I feel like it did.
Oh, that's that off.
So
I don't know that off the top of my head, but I'm going to go LA Knight, AJ Styles for night 2, night 1, Gunther, Sami Zayn, and for Santa Deliver is going to be Carmelo and Trick.
Yeah. Let's see. Edge versus AJ Styles from 38 was 24 minutes. Can't remember if did AJ work 37? Yeah, him and Omos worked New Day.
Oof.
Yeah. That was 9 minutes. So yeah, I guess they had to do what they had to do there. But as far as like
Yeah,
single,
I was saying that's because they had to protect everybody from Omos.
right? I don't think he wrestled on the. Nah, AJ Styles didn't do that one. The COVID Mania one, he didn't do that one. 35, he had Rain. Oh, I'm sorry, he had Orton. That was 16 minutes. 34, he had Nakamura. That was 20 minutes.
The low blow match.
Yeah, that thing. Did he? I don't know. Did he work 33? Yeah, he worked Shane McMahon, and that was another 20-minute match. And then obviously his first WrestleMania with Jericho was 17 minutes. So AJ's shortest match was a tag match when him and Omos took on New Day. Yeah. Either way, they're gonna pull off a banger, I think. But yes.
Yeah, that's WrestleMania, and unfortunately, we'll have to see Cody Rhodes with a title. But
he's never gonna get over this, y'all.
we all had that one day where like this makes no sense.
That's true.
Never be the champion to Cody Rhodes.
No. But nevertheless,
That's it for all this.
Yeah. What's while we got you guys here, what's some of your WrestleMania predictions? Who do you think is going to win? What matches are you most looking forward to? Or do you hate Cody Rhodes like Roger hates Cody Rhodes? Let us know in the comments down below, man. If you guys really enjoyed this video, thank you guys for watching. Anything you guys want to say before we get out of here tonight?
As always, please do not leave without leaving a like, comment, share, and subscribe on Spotify and right here on YouTube.
What you got to say, Roger?
I hate all the Cody crybabies. You guys have made this WrestleMania suck ass. I actually would rather have Rock versus Roman, and I hate when part-timers take over.
It's okay, ladies and gentlemen.
No, they gotta learn.
Yeah, Roger just got some sand in his vagina. It's okay. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We really hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to continue to support Movement Radio, check out streamlabs.com/movement radio/merch and go copy some merch. Like what we said, we hope you guys enjoy WrestleMania. Now remember, April 12th through the 14th, Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. It's going down. in Huntsville, Alabama. It's going to be a fun time. We've got a whole lot of cool people coming through. If you're a fan of anime, if you're a fan of wrestling, if you're a fan of, television, if you're a fan of comic books, like there's going to be a plethora of great artists and a plethora of great guests that are going to be there. We are going to be there Saturday and Sunday doing some interviews. If you see us, come say hi. If you're wearing cosplay, let us take a picture of you. We'll post it to the socials, and guys can do whatever you want with it. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you guys. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Talon Williams.
I'm Chip Hazard.
I'm Roger Sierra.
And this is Movement Radio.
God's plan.